Then who remembers what happened last time?
Oh man, what happened last time? Quite a bit happened. Starting off with us hanging out at Greg Miller's basement while there was a party upstairs with all the adults, and we were waiting for Jenny to show up as we showed off our characters. She finally did show up and brought a VHS tape that she had gotten from her work, and she plugged it in. And when it turned on, we got a weird color, almost like a purple haze, fell over us, and we pretty much teleported into the TV from what I understood it as, and we were like in an alternate dimension. So we were still in Greg Miller's house, but there was no one else other than us, and weird stuff was going on, and we were going room to room looking for clues, smashing mirrors with Patrick Davis's ugly mug, and just checking out a bunch of different stuff. And we found a what looked like what we call like a script, a play script for
A screenplay.
this thing called a screenplay for Static Memories, which also happened to be the name of the VHS tape. And it had a few different chapters, and each chapter related to some kind of clue. For example, the whole smashing mirrors thing. And so we went room by room, finding all the clues. But every time we completed a clue, we got a usually a paper or manuscript of some sort detailing some kind of alternate event from our lives. So, for example, Patrick Davis, the one that comes to mind, is that he died at one point, and he remembers dying, but he knows that he didn't die. There was also a house fire for Greg Miller, and was it Lance? Apparently, his brother died, and all these different kind of strange alternate realities were being told, and then we finally decided, after we got all the chapters done, we went back to the computer that we found this script on, the screenplay, and we typed in our new ending, which was, if I remember correctly, was happy. Everyone lived happily ever after, and then we hit like enter, and we went back to our original spots inside the basement, and we basically passed out and woke back up into the normal reality. And then Trinket tried to get us on max sanity damage, which I was very mad about. I was not mad because you were giving us sanity. I was just mad that you wanted max. I was like, what? Anyway, regardless, we returned with the memories of the alternate dimension, I guess, and went home, and were changed evermore by it. I think that covered all of it.
Yeah.
Correct me if I missed it.
I'm not the person to correct anyone on forgetting something.
The characters in our story all went their separate ways. After high school, I mean, you guys probably spent another year and a half or so hanging out, knowing each other, but by all means, that next year that you guys all graduated and went on to do other things and have had 9+ years to explore real life. And we're going to get into what you have all been up to as some flashbacks as I introduce you. But before we do that, exterior shot, dusk, Enloe, Texas, June 23rd, 2001. The camera pans over a house in suburban America as police lights flash in slow motion, painting the picture in eerie blues and reds as we jolt into perspective, as if an invisible finger has pushed the play button once more. A white picket fence strung along a front sidewalk shows a large area of damage to itself and the accompanying flower bushes. Just as we pan over it, we see the ground muddy with blood as the camera, in close-up, slowly moves over the smiling, dead body of a 26-year-old girl. Several flesh bullet holes in her chest accompanying a deadly blow to the center of her forehead. Jenny Hawthorne has been killed. The camera pans up to show an older Greg Miller, clad in a police officer's uniform and bulletproof vest, sitting on the edge of an ambulance as medics check him over. His gaze unwavering from the dead body on the ground as several police officers and government agents swarm the area in slow motion. The hum of voices is around him, but the camera lingers on his face and upper body covered in Jenny's blood as his expression remains cold. Shot, reverse shot on the body again as it's loaded into a van, then we snap back to Greg. In his eyes we see nothing but television static as his lips curl into a smile. Through the door of the two-story home, the black and white static of a television screen emanates out from the threshold like a beam that pierces the night, illuminating the Texas sky as the camera pans upward into the stars.
That's chilling. Very creepy.
Is there more? Oh.
Interior. Enloe Police Station, 2001. Garland Gribble receives a troubling call one morning as he enters his job at the Enloe Police Department. The evening prior, his boss, Sheriff Greg Miller, shot and killed a woman connected to an ongoing missing persons case from 10 years ago, after the double homicide of the suspect's parents, Marcus and Mary Hawthorne. Greg Miller is currently on a leave of absence, following a failed psych evaluation, and Garland will be the point of contact for the case as it has been escalated to the federal level. He is told by his work buddies to expect the feds. What has Garland been up to for the past 10 years?
Garland just kind of been...
Well, you guys are kind of far away.
Yeah, very quiet.
Very, very quiet.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Is this better?
A little better, yeah. I will adjust accordingly.
Garland's just been kind of in town. He's one of those people who never really had much in the way of prospects, so he stayed around. And one of the options that was available to him, regardless of his background, was just joining the local police. So he's been kind of working as a beat cop, eventually got his life in some semblance of together. He's just kind of, I guess, tried his best to ingratiate himself in with the community to the best of his abilities, and tried to kind of straighten out. And he just still smokes a lot of cigarettes whenever he can, because that was the only thing the people at the 12-step group were doing outside of the meetings. Just seems like that's one of the only things that is accepted. But At any rate, he's just kind of trying to live his life and get by and assume the life of someone who's kind of assimilated to the best of his ability as a townsfolk of Enlo.
This is for sure the most gruesome thing that's happened in Enlo in a long time. Triple homicide, basically. Like a tri-fatality crime. This has not happened in certainly the history of you being on the force, if not ever in the history of Enlo.
Do I know that this is Jenny Hoff? So, she and her parents?
She apparently reappeared, yeah.
Do I recognize her?
The body is brought into the morgue. You could go look at it.
Yeah.
You want to get some up close and personal time with the body before everybody else?
Yeah, I think I would.
All right. Yeah, you head down to the morgue. Obviously, there is a, whatever they're called, a morgue attendant or whatever, a mortician, sorry, who is there tending the bodies, who helps you, go to it. You're only storing one body, so it's not like you got a ton of bodies lingering around Enlo, Texas. But yeah.
See too many deaths out here, at least nothing violent, not beyond just maybe someone drinking themselves to death or firework related injuries, July, stuff like that.
All right, yeah. You start to look over this body, unzip the bag and whatnot. And yeah, sure as heck, center shot in the middle of the forehead seems to be the ultimate killing blow. You know, as a police officer, it's a standard, 45 round from a pistol. It's what you carry. As you look over the body, it's her. She's 10 years older, just like you are, but that's Jenny Hawthorne. And it's the first time you've seen her in 10 years. I need you to make me a sanity roll.
First roll of the night.
Not
looking
LOL.
good, buddy.
Listen, it's been a minute.
Yeah, Garland, you are shocked to find her, here. She looks happy. Her face is still, the rigor mortis has gotten her. You already got a bout of madness from 4 sanity. Yeah, as you are looking over the body here, staring it down, you find, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets in the chest. And you wonder how that was not enough to stop her, as Greg decided to put another one between her eyes. You've only seen this many bullet wounds in a person before when it was, intended,
If he's talking, I can't hear you at all.
It's very quiet.
Second.
I got you turned up to 200% too. I'm trying
Me
so
too.
hard.
Me too.
Speak with your chest.
I think it's probably technical.
I know.
Hmm?
Can you hear us?
Yeah. That's much
You
better.
hear us now?
Okay, I think I had the mic turned too far down.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that.
Anyway, like premeditated, you mean it looks?
Not necessarily premeditated, but this is clearly like some pretty gruesome injuries. You would expect that if a police officer like yourself was trying to kill someone, that they would be able to do it in a single, just, like, bang, shot, like, done. You don't normally
Which-
unload this many rounds into someone.
Can I tell which bullets went in first?
Go ahead and make me a... I wish there was like a forensics roll or something, but there's
I would
not.
use medicine.
Yeah, can
I would
you
use
give me
medicine.
medicines? I guess just give
Like
me
a hard.
Yeah, like a spot hidden or something. Because he doesn't have medicine.
Well, then that would be a mortician's job to know. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to call in the mortician, you can tell that they were all within a matter of seconds.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll ask the mortician what he thinks cause of death is. If it was if the headshot was what did it, or if that was post-mortem.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
It is the mortician's, opinion that they all happened in rapid succession. The headshot last.
How rapid are we talking here?
I mean, well, within a matter of seconds.
Hmm.
Seemed to be a flurry of bullets.
Can you tell what the range from which she was shot?
Uh, like, we'll say about maybe 30 feet or so. Not very far.
Where did you say the other bullets are?
They're in her like chest, her sternum area.
It's like 4 in the chest, 1 in the head.
Yeah.
They hit any? Did the non-headshots hit any vital organs or anything? I'm just trying to
They seem to have
was he,
done a number
aiming, or
on the
was he
body.
just, shoot? Was he aiming, or was he just shooting just to, willy nilly?
Seems to be there's a pretty good cluster.
Hmm.
They're trained shots, like, for sure, they're trained shots.
Would he have a police report from, I'm assuming, the officer who,
Yeah. You would get a police report.
Greg Miller?
Yeah, like the use of force. What is that? What does that say? Happened.
Well, the police report says that Greg Miller responded to the call at the Hawthorne residence. And when he arrived, he called for backup because he found the 2 bodies dead, and then dispatched the woman as she exited the home.
Is she what?
As she exited the home.
Exited. So
Yeah,
she was
to chase
think she
after
was
him.
fleeing from him?
Yeah, he claimed that she was coming after him with a knife.
Okay.
And a knife was found with the body. A kitchen knife from inside the home. The same knife that was used to kill the parents.
Said she was coming at her, or she was coming at him.
There's also several items that are recovered, but they've already been, one of which has already been apprehended by this government agency, which we're going to talk about once we get through our other player introductions. But
Okay, well, what about the
they
bodies
did
of the parents?
confiscate a VHS tape.
VHS. Yeah, I guess it's a whole thing. What about the bodies of the parents?
But had their throats slit in bed.
Hmm. Uh, this is how I'd expected I'd see her again. I didn't expect I'd see her again, period, but not like this. Wonder if everyone else knows.
I think it just happened, so
No.
probably not.
Well, I'm gonna sorry to keep popping this up on your screen, but we're gonna
Yeah.
snap cut to an interior
Yeah.
shot.
There's some feedback happening.
Maybe turn your sensitivity down just a little bit. We'll get there eventually. We will achieve.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm getting a hella feedback.
It's on Mr. Bookish's Discord.
We will achieve equilibrium. That's what we're looking for. That was the word.
Did it go down at all, or is it still?
La 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 la. Yeah, no, that's better.
Seems good. Yeah.
Sounds good now.
Okay.
Cool, thank you.
Down to like 80%.
We'll figure it out. Okay. We are going to. Oh, I do still have feedback. Anyway, we are going to jump cut back to an interior shot at C-Cell headquarters in San Francisco, California. The year is still 2001. And Bridget Anderson looks up from her paperwork with a peculiar feeling, as if the universe told her she was about to receive a phone call. Moments later, the phone rings.
Hello?
Hey, this is Agent... Sorry, I want to remember, get her name. This is Agent Lindsay Bolt. I'm with the Texas division of the company. Calling you about some a peculiar case that we think you are connected to.
Yep.
Yep. This woman who explains herself as Agent Lindsay Bolt and explains to you that she is a handler, which you know is somebody who handles lower agents on, typically on an operation. And you would know that as you probably, what have you been up to in the past 10 years?
Okay. All right. So, Bridget kind of, we'll just go way back to the, aftermath of that night. She withdrew a lot after her experience. She kind of just wasn't talking to anybody. Her parents put her in therapy. But she also found an unexpected friendship in the other person most impacted by that night, which was Asha. And they moved away from each other, but they still kind of kept in touch. She was mostly driven by her parents' insistence that she be normal again. Her mother was bitching constantly that she wanted her daughter back, and her father kept on just telling her what a disappointment she was and she needed to pull herself up by her bootstraps or be a disappointment to her family. Normal, shame and guilt rich family stuff. So her response to that was to throw herself into studying. She went on to go to college and then law school and eventually became a lawyer. And she moved the fuck away from Texas, which is why she's in San Francisco now. She lives in the big city, doesn't ride her horse much, though her father pays for it to have room and board in Dublin nearby. She lives alone. She doesn't have any friends in the city. But she did stay in touch more than anybody with Asha. They visit each other as often as they can, living on opposite coasts, being adults living on opposite coasts with busy lives. So that's kind of where she is right now. Doesn't have any friends really.
She
And she
works
stays away from her family.
mostly in the paperwork side of things, correct?
Yes. Yes.
But
she can do
probably
court stuff.
has been on a mission before or never before at all.
I feel like she's probably been on some like lower level ones.
Some investigations, yeah.
She's good at
Then
looking into things.
You would have, you know what this phone call is. Then you've
Yes,
had one of these.
yeah.
Although they're probably fewer and far between for you, you probably
Yes.
get maybe one a year, where they
Max.
really put you to work and they send you to do something, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna need a vacation after this.
Yeah, exactly.
She
So-
explains to you that this particular case, they need you because it hits closer to home. You are on record as, whether or not you were the one to tell the story to Cecil, you are on record as having connections to a still ongoing case regarding a missing person in Enloe, Texas.
Is there a chance that she had, over the course of her time at C-Cell, seen any hints of Jenny popping up in the world, or is this the first time that she has
This is
put
the
her
first
head above
time
water?
This is the first time she's put her head above water. This is the first time
Damn.
you've been contacted about this. I'm pretty sure you did tell them at some point about your
Yeah.
anomalous background, your incident, and another person did as well, and we'll get into that. But yeah, this is the first time you've been contacted about it.
Do I need to go back?
We'd like you there tomorrow afternoon for a meeting at the diner.
I'll book it.
It's already taken care of.
That's why you're
You
the
leave
best.
you leave at 7 p.m.
I've got packing to do. And she's very curt on the phone, and that's kind of how I think her reputation is with C-Cell, that she's just like very to the fact, just let's get it done. She's been changed a lot by what her life has been since that night. So it's not probably unusual if this person has any knowledge of
If
Bridget, that
anything-
she is like, bye.
And I say this, I promise I did not invite him. If any of you want to stream so that Days can see, because I feel like he's here
I'm
just
not
to watch
coming in to
tonight.
kill them. I thought we talked about this.
Yeah, but any of you
So
want to
weird,
stream
God.
so that he can see. It's nothing quite yet, but oh fuck, I forgot. I'm so dumb. I set up scenes for this. Anyway, that's C-Cell HQ.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our girl
It's
at
in San
C-Cell
Francisco.
HQ.
Open concept
And we're
office.
going
That's-
to we're gonna snap over now as the voice on the phone tells Bridget to contact none other than Lance Hurst. What is Lance's formal military title? Is he a captain? Is he a corporal? Is he...
Oh.
Well, we're back to not being able to hear you at all.
Bookish is muted on her actual thing.
She doesn't talk out of that one. They talk
Oh,
out of
Oh, okay.
Mr. Bookish one.
Okay.
Mr. Bookish.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. That was weird. I'm sorry. I don't know why our setup is being so weird this week. So he is a military officer.
I can barely
Yeah,
hear
I
you
can
again. I'm
still
so sorry.
barely hear you. You're probably gonna have to talk right into the mic.
Okay. Oh, this is not.
See,
working out
whatever
very
you're doing
well.
right now, you sound good.
I'm literally like leaning onto the computer at this point. But you guys can hear me?
Correct.
Somewhat.
It's better, but not ideal.
I mean, I would say check to see if the wire is pushed all the way in. That would be my go-to.
Like it goes through the mic in the actual laptop.
Oh, that sounds
Sounds
phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but then you guys are gonna get feedback because you just turned the input up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what is Lance's military title?
That is a good question. That is what I am trying to look up this second. Of course, he is not. Okay, so he's probably like a captain. And so Lance basically leveraging his football prowess and his actually like quite good grades that nobody was aware that he was actually a pretty devoted student. He kept that kind of on the DL. He actually went to West Point and then went straight into officer school and went as a medic. And then he was scouted out of the military for things. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say yet.
Interior shot. C-Cell HQ in Las Vegas, Nevada. The year is 2001. Captain Lance Hurst receives a phone call from a handler informing him that he is needed for a new assignment in his hometown, likely related to his past and old friend of his, Greg Miller. He is informed that he will be teaming up with none other than his old pal, Bridget Anderson, for the job.
Oh, Bridget. How's she doing these days?
You guys could even have a phone call if you want. It could be Bridget who called you.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've had brief encounters, like we're aware that both of each of them worked for C-Cell.
Yeah.
Am I remembering that correctly?
You probably met you're both in the Southwest.
Okay,
Agents operating in the same space, same hometown. It's kind of one of those things where, like, you're from the same hometown. They group you together.
We're from the same. Have to zoom in
There
all
was
the way
also
on Google Maps town.
Another C-Cell agent from that town too.
Isn't it Greg's father?
It's Greg Miller's father.
Yeah. Do we
So, yeah.
know how he's doing? The father? Has he been normal?
He is retired.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah. So Bridget, you'd probably just get a phone call and just hear. I don't know if they've worked together, but we're aware of each other. So you may or may not be surprised how Bridget kind of just. It's Bridget Anderson. Remember me from high school?
Oh, so good to hear your voice.
Likewise.
I wish it was under better circumstances, because sounds like some nasty shit's going down. But yeah, how's the lawyering going? Still going strong on the legal eagle side of things?
Yes, but don't ever call me a legal eagle. Thank you.
I mean, just thought we were all working on the same team and patriotic, but okay. No
I think we
legal
come at
eagle.
it I think we come at it from different points of view. But
I mean, I'm a red-blooded American, so I guess if you don't come at it as red-blooded American, we are not on the same team.
I come
This
at
is
it from let's
a-
keep people safe, and it doesn't matter where they were born.
Ah, okay. I mean, valid. My job is to keep people safe as well, so I like to think I'm quite good at it, actually. I don't know if you've heard of any of my accomplishments, but they are kind of numerous.
They're very impressive. That's part of why I'm calling you. You know what this is about, though, right?
Yeah, I do. I am trying to keep it light, but I guess you can't really keep something this heavy light. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, Bridge. We I hoped we wouldn't have to go back there. I hoped that this was going to be something that stayed buried. But
Gone like Jenny for the last 10 years?
I mean, let's be real. I think we all hoped that she just ran away and went to go live a better life after all the shit she went through. Like that was really the hope of everyone involved, right? Not that something like this was gonna happen.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah,
I don't
always.
think we met Jenny that night. I think that was something else. I don't know what. I don't know who. I didn't know her as well as the two of you that were practically falling all over each other to get her attention, but it didn't really feel like her, if you ask me.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom past the falling all over each other part and
I
focus in
mean,
on.
listen. Am I wrong?
I mean, that was a long time ago, Bridge. That was.
Of course.
I was. We were all kids, and she was cool back in the
Mhm.
day. But I mean, if that's what you think, that puts a whole different spin on what we might be walking into, and we need to be careful because I don't know how many. I'm not sure how many missions you've been on, but shit can get weird. And if we're walking into really weird, we need to be on point. We gotta definitely focus up. Yes, I
I'm
still stay focused up after all this time. Please don't make
I
fun of me.
I'm good at focusing up. But I have a few other calls to make, so the flight's been booked.
Understood. Yeah, I'm already on my way out there. I don't. Doesn't take me long to pack. I don't stay in one place too long. The cell takes me all over.
Mhm. There are
Alright,
benefits
I'll
to a
see you at
desk
the
job.
bridge.
See you there.
Yep. Bye.
Goodbye.
He just clicks off.
Next up, interior in a cozy house. I imagine there's probably any number of art supplies lying around. What has Asha been up to for the past 10 years?
Ooh, baby girl. I feel like she definitely obviously graduated with everyone.
Wait, what?
And
High
then
school.
yeah, graduated high school with everyone. I think
Sorry.
she did just about a year of community college there, and then just having this feeling of not exactly feeling like she was home anymore. Like the places just didn't feel like she could belong there necessarily. She would start to travel a lot, and then she studied abroad doing some painting media and mixed media, and kind of became became more self-isolated. She kept in touch with Bridget, of course, and I want to say over the years she would send at least like maybe a few different types of messages online to Patrick just to check in. But she kind of just started to let her mind wander after being also sent to therapy by her parents. She had a plethora, and still does now, of nightmares from what happened. And it just kind of like scenes that just replay in her mind from when everyone was at Greg's house. And I don't know if anyone would have seen it, or it probably eventually got from one place to another. One of her paintings that she did that was of Jenny. Definitely it gives off that vibe that true crimes would want to pay for. Like it's a very expressive and weird photo of Jenny that's so calm. It's that moment where Jenny asked her if she wanted a hug is one that just keeps replaying in her mind. At more so when she's like getting ready to go to sleep, or sometimes she gets these spells of just wanting to get some media down on a canvas, and it's like one of her most known paintings of that night. She has a bunch of scary works though, but that's just one of the most well-known ones. And I want to say she did not stay in Texas. She moved back to Georgia, where she's from. Atlanta specifically. And yes, she is in her home, very like dark. It's like a more so dark tones inside of her house. She has like a specific area, painting studio kind of thing, where there are a mess of paints. It is not the cleanest, and she is at any given time covered with charcoal and acrylic paint, smudges here and there. And I want to say in this moment, before she gets this phone call, which I see, she probably just had another intense moment of wanting to get down something she had dreamt the night before onto some sort of surface, and just reliving what happened that night, and just Jenny's face.
And it is Bridget, right? Oh, sorry.
You know what the phone call is before you even pick it up, Asha. The phone rings on your desk. It's the same day that you've made these other phone calls, or that Bridget has made these other phone calls, but it's later in the evening now. And you know you are about to receive a phone call that you hoped would never come. As your old friend Bridget Anderson will recount to you the horror of the incident with Brad Miller and Jenny Hawthorne the day prior.
Greg Miller.
Yeah, god dang it.
Still doing it.
I'm still doing it. Jenny Hawthorne the day prior. Bridget has been tasked with assembling a team of people capable of understanding the original incident more acutely. There is an investigation forming in Texas.
I never wanted to ask you to come along for something like this. This isn't what you do. But these people are insistent. And
I was wondering why these damn nightmares were coming back so hard. Why'd I fucking know you were gonna call me about that? Shit.
I was planning to call you and talk about that restaurant that we really like, and the waterfront closed down. But
God, that place had amazing seafood.
they did. But apparently, we have to go back to the place we never wanted to go. I wish I had better news. I mean, I don't think I even need to tell you that she's dead. Sorry to be blunt.
And I think when you say that, she kind of looks around at all the like little tinier, smaller size paintings that she's done. And then obviously the one that kind of got her a little bit on the radar for other art lovers. I wasn't sure what was gonna transpire with that, but damn. I don't feel like that was her.
I just to let you know, you remember Lance from high school?
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do.
He works for the same people as me, and well, you know, if they're sending me, they're sending Captain America. So
That is the most accurate description I've heard. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write that down.
maybe you could do some art for those comic books. I don't think they can afford you, but
Probably not. Probably not. Mm-mm.
I always knew this day would come. I just hoped that it wouldn't. I have had feelers out for her since I started this job, and there wasn't a whisper of a peep of a hint until she's dead in a morgue because she went after Greg, who killed her in self-defense. But I was telling Lance that I don't think we saw Jenny that night. I don't think that was her. I think she was. I mean, you know, I try to be skeptical, but it's hard to be skeptical after something like that. After what we experienced.
I told you what, you've heard it 1,000 times. I agree. That definitely was not her. Maybe when she first showed up, that felt like Jenny, but then it turned into a very gentle omen.
I'm glad you didn't hug her.
Oh, fuck, me too. Oh, me too. Feel
The
bad.
flights don't. You weren't the one that you and I and everyone else in that room that night were victims of whatever happened, and I honestly think so was she, but she was already gone by the time she came around to us. I can't explain it. It's just a feeling I have. She was too calm. And for that calm person to go after a grown adult man with so much ferocity that he had to shoot her in self-defense, it doesn't.
Greg,
God, where has she been?
Lord knows. I ain't heard nothing from her, so obviously she just.
Was she in the
don't really
woods?
have room to talk.
She must have been in the woods. There's no end to the woods. But we'll find out more when we are. You don't have to see the body if you don't want to. That's something that I can handle. I'm gonna force myself to handle it. So I think we'll get answers there. At least the start of some. So the flight's booked. There's someone dropping your tickets off in the next 30 minutes.
A scarily timed knock will come at your door.
What the fuck? She's kind of.
She doesn't know that I work for C-Cell. She'd be like, "Oh, Bridget works for some government
This
people."
would about be
right?
the point where you would say that this is like, all of the people who you are about to go on this investigation with are about to be essentially deputized.
Okay, so she has to learn about it at this point.
So yeah, like the basics. I work the company that you work for. I work for a company called C-Cell.
Okay. Yeah. So
A
I have to
government
preface a few things for you just quickly because you have to start packing, and I'm so sorry. But I work for a government agency called C-Cell, and we look into, for lack of a better phrase, weird shit. And that's who Greg's dad worked for. You remember that office of his? My office is not like that, but
Y'all know I didn't really go in that damn room. I don't. Okay.
you will not have to hold a gun unless you choose to. That's why we're bringing Captain America.
Yep, he's definitely gonna have to do all the shooting. Agreed.
And
Agreed on that.
remember Garland? He's a cop now.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know. From a dealer to a cop. I wonder how often that happens.
We probably shouldn't ask questions like that.
I don't think we should ask questions like that. But, well, it's a little sooner than we were planning to get together, but I'll see you there.
Alright, well, take care of yourself. I see you. It'd be nice to see everybody, but. Alright, I gotta get shit together. Fuck. She kinda.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound of rustling and all that shit. Like, God. Putting paints away really quickly.
Bring your sketchbook. I want to see your stuff that you're working on.
Oh, I'm gonna have to bring that thing. I feel like I'm about to get much more inspiration.
That's the silver lining. She'll say her, goodbyes.
Hands up. Goes about her business.
Yeah, about 10 minutes later, there is a knock at your door. Like, Domino's cannot deliver that fast.
That's crazy. That's great.
Where
Bridget asked them to send a cute one.
a plain-clothed young woman in a ball cap and sunglasses hands you a manila envelope.
Thanks.
And then tips her hat and leaves. Which contains plane tickets, as well as the most startling thing of all is that there's a copy of your passport in here, but with a special stamp on it for you to show at the airport.
Oh, government shit.
And you're like, damn, the last time I did that, it unironically took me 8 months to get my passport.
Yeah, she's like, oh.
You mean they could just print these up? What the fuck?
It's like, oh, god damn it. I always get stuck in these crazy ass situations. And I just want to paint, draw. Fuck. She gets herself together as best as she can.
And with that note, we will zoom in. An interior shot at Dell Computers in Round Rock, Texas, circa 2001. Patrick Davis looks up from his computer screen as the phone on his desk rings. When he answers it, an unknown voice on the other side of the phone informs him that government agents will be by shortly to speak with him about the possibility of gaining his help with a government contract. When they speak with him, agents from an unknown agency inform him that they need his assistance in connection with the events in his past, and the ones currently unfolding in Texas. But before that, what has Patrick been up to for the past 10 years?
He would have finished high school, obviously, and go to college, though the events of, would be the word, that night, that fateful night in, I can't remember the name of the town, Yulo or something like that. Enlow, Texas. He definitely hit him pretty hard, to the point where obviously he did have to go to therapy, much like Bridget, and he was definitely riddled with nightmares and bedwetting for a few years.
Baby boy.
Yep. Eventually he got out of it, but he still has those nightmares, and at one point even he had I guess it'd be a psychosomatic response in a way, and broke his watch, leaving it at 10 p.m. But he keeps it like that as a kind of a reminder that he both hates and needs, right? To remind himself that he apparently should be dead. After going to UT Austin, obviously, he ended up getting a job at Dell, where he currently works, doing, what would be the word? Programming and such. Which is something that he liked all through high school and whatnot, obviously. But other than the therapy and the bedwetting and all that other stuff, he lived a relatively normal life. Probably still single, I'd say. But other than that, yeah, that's what he's been up to.
Well, some government agents inform you that, they know all about you, all about the things that happened in your past. And that they need you to help them with something going forward. A special team of people is being assembled in which your expertise is needed. Congratulations.
What the government's asking, I guess I'm inclined to help.
A strong, patriotic man. We love to see that.
He wipes his brow as he says that. Scratches his neck, kind of, nervous at the thought, yet knows that he must partake.
Oh yeah, there's no question. They're not asking you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They're
like,
telling.
yeah, well, he's nervously like, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And yeah, they're gonna get you. Basically they don't like black bag you or anything, but they your boss comes into the room and it's like, oh yeah, have a good rest of your day, Patrick. You can go home early, and then just leaves, and then. Yeah.
Are you sure, boss? I got some things I need to finish.
You have done great things for us, Patrick. We love you, and we love you.
Gulp.
You're gonna do great,
guess.
Patrick.
That's what you want.
Oh, Tammy.
Someone vacuuming.
Oh, sorry. I thought I thought I was muted.
I half opened Discord expecting it to be bookish, just cause, and I was like, "Wait, that's Tammy."
I'm so sorry. I forgot. I promised that I would vacuum. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I put us on push to talk again.
Yeah.
Having assembled everyone here, we will all meet one day later on the 25th of June, 2001, in Enlow, Texas. Let's all do a collective, a little brainstorming. What is the diner in town called?
God, this is the
Lucy's?
pork stand. Oh, but
Ooh, that's
actually,
better. No, I like the
that's
pork
actual
stand.
place. That's actual place. That's what,
Lucy's
Don't know.
pork stand.
there you go.
The
Oh,
pork stand is
actually,
the food truck. The pork stand is the food truck. She's trying something new.
I did want to mention something quick, Miss Storyteller, but Ren and Tanny's little pictures are the young versions. At least on the right side of the
Oh, is that a
screen.
thing? That's a thing
Oh
we
yeah,
have
you
to
have
do,
to just
isn't it?
claim your new token. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that because that's something I don't see.
Yeah, I'll be right back. 1 second.
How do we do that again?
Down in the
Oh, I remember.
the
I
left.
remember.
Yeah, I was about to say down in the left.
Just wait until Vlad is back.
Is that fixed? Is that good?
Should be. Yeah.
I think I have to. I'm gonna refresh real quick so it shows for me too. I have a
Alright,
mute
back.
button on my headset, and I thought I'd pushed it, and I think I unpushed it for a second. Probably when I had to comment on you wetting the bed.
All right.
Yeah, he's very much that type of guy.
Oh, buddy.
It is.
Hey, he's grown now. He doesn't do it anymore, but he probably did it until he was like at least 19.
Oh, listen, you had a fucked up experience. It is understandable.
Obviously, he wouldn't tell anyone that, other than maybe his therapist. So I expect no mention of it.
It is compartmentalized.
It is 7 a.m. on June 25th, 2001. It is a sweltering morning. The sun is hot. Even though it's barely peaked over the horizon, it's still dry, arid heat here.
Fuck.
I'm used to it.
So you all can work on together then?
One moment.
Probably at the hotel.
Yeah, I guess we probably got shuttled over here, right?
You would have all been shuttled over here, probably separately, all arriving. Some of you arriving to town this morning. Some of you arrived, the evening before and maybe got a hotel. But the first person at the diner, no doubt, is Garland Gribble. Because he would come here with his new contact from the agency that he has been informed will be taking over the case. An Agent Lindsay Bolt, a young, or she's in her 30s, long blonde-haired woman of possibly a little bit Korean and of Asian descent, who has met with you prior at the police station to just get the files from you, go over the opening case, and then have you come here because, as she would tell you, Garland, Cecil likes to do things a specific way. And that way starts at a diner.
It's tradition.
Is it like a canon thing? Is that
It is tradition.
inside joke thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
So,
Have
yeah,
I had any dealings with C-Cell before this?
Never.
So you work for the government, huh?
Yes, sir.
Get lots of interesting work.
Lots of interesting work. You're even in you're even in one of the cases.
Like one of the cases besides this one?
No, just this one. I think. I don't know. I don't keep tabs on you.
Unimportant.
A lot of people think they're very interesting and that the government keeps tabs on them or whatever, but it's only if you're actually interesting. Most people aren't interesting enough.
I think the government keeps tabs on people, but at this point, I don't think I'm interesting enough for any of you all to care.
Oh, you're very
Except for
interesting,
now, I guess.
Mr. Garland.
That's awfully nice of you to say.
The waitress here, she has set up out on the table. There is a number of donuts stacked on little platters for people and some fresh hot pots of coffee. Just ready for people to come in. I would say that probably our next two to arrive, who would arrive at the same time, would be Bridget and Lance Hurst. Who have likely used, as Cecil calls it, the diner network many a time.
Mm-hmm. I think before they go in, Bridget would like shake Lance's hand, like, it's been a minute, hasn't it?
Ever. Dude, just
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
wait, you guys can't hear me?
We can hear you now.
A little bit then, yeah. A little bit better.
Okay. I said, hey, Bridge, you are looking as good as ever.
Well, one does what one can.
How humble.
Not a lot to do in San Francisco other than work and work out. Yeah.
San Francisco, they got all them, like, exercise gyms, right? Like with the spandex and the leotards and the, like, sweat heat, like Richard Simmons stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I just work out at the base gym. I'm not all fancy like that.
I mostly just do, like, I have my own gym.
Pilates.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
It's
I
not that
always
fancy.
I always think, hey, if you got your own personal home gym, you are doing something right in the world.
I don't typically do field work like this, so it makes sense. Should we go inside?
Yeah, let's go in. You ready for this? It's been a long time.
You ready to keep your gun ready in case things get weird?
Try not to shoot it without reason, but yeah, I'll keep it locked and I mean it's always loaded. But yeah, I got your back. Don't worry, Bridge. You're safe with me.
She'll pat his shoulder and say, "Good to hear." And head inside. And just
Inside?
idly slip in without saying anything.
You find your handler, as well as Garland, who maybe you don't even recognize.
So this is our cop contact then for Enlo. So
Wow, it's been a while, you guys. But I look kind of different, huh?
We do. Didn't expect to see you carrying a badge.
Well, I was around and there were openings. I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of people get jobs like this around here.
Was your dad a cop?
No, he was military. We just moved around a bunch. By the time we got here, he wasn't in any state to join law enforcement. I mean, yeah. Well, wherever he is now, I hope he approves. For once.
Don't we fucking all?
Is that Gar all the weed in the land? You're a cop now?
Yeah,
Bridget can't help smirking a little bit at that.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't go out me for my teenage activities in front of the G-Force or whatever you got over here.
They already know about it, I wouldn't worry.
G-Force, dude.
Look, no one's gonna drug test you.
Well, I'm not doing it anymore. Just, you know. Just
You might want to
occasional
start after
beer and
this.
cartons of cigarettes and, you know, all the coffee and donuts you want. That's kind of...
Is that cops and donuts? Is that a real thing?
I mean, if free donuts were available to you, wouldn't you take advantage of that?
No, I got a figure to maintain.
There is a bunch of free donuts on the table here for you guys.
You gotta keep it tight diet. Keep in shape.
Sounds expensive. Suit yourself.
Bridget is picking at one.
It is expensive because you gotta maintain your protein intake, and you want to make sure that you've got enough good strong red meats in your system. And man, the price of meat these days, I can't imagine any time in the future where it hits.
Oh no.
You should consider chicken and fish. It's better for you.
I do eat a lot of fish. I've gotten real into salmon.
You're saying that the protein in the future, they can make meat-like protein out of bugs? And I haven't tried it. Maybe we'll all be eating bugs at some point in the future.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's ever going to catch on.
I heard that the red dye that they use in cherry candy is crushed up bugs.
Ugh,
That's not even a C-cell case. That was on NPR.
Don't look into vanilla flavoring.
Oh no.
Is it vanilla
Look,
flavored
let's
from
not. And she checks her watch just as the final large black SUV pulls into the parking lot. Two people are inside who have had a moment to reminisce, should they want to, as earlier that day they were both loaded into the same van to be brought to the diner. Asha and Patrick.
Sure. Hey, I don't know if you remember me from high school. It's Patrick Davis.
Of course, I remember you, Patrick. Every now and then, you get my emails, I hope.
Oh, do I? Sorry.
The fuck does that mean?
It means he's
Girl
very
pretty.
excited to receive. Yes, exactly that.
There's a pretty girl and she sends me emails sometimes, guys.
Yes, he's very much the type that probably never had a girlfriend in high school. So even at the time of Static Memories, him hanging out at Greg Miller's and getting to hang out with multiple, females was something that he doesn't normally do. So he would have been the type to have not a crush on everyone per se, but
well, I'm hanging out
he
with
was
girls.
Yeah, he would be acting a lot differently than normal. 100%. and he's probably stayed that way.
Oh. Oh.
Don't feel
But-
sorry for him.
Buddy.
If you want to head on in, we can meet up with the others. I think everyone's here. I think we're the last ones to show up.
Yeah, had a long flight. Well, not too long, but enough.
You'll make sure to thank the driver as the black van leaves.
He's so polite.
Yeah, nice. The driver just kind of like looks at you.
Rolls window up.
And then the van pulls out.
That was so Canadian of you.
Well, after you, Asha, and I'll let her lead the way up to the diner.
Like, still not
Obviously,
there?
stopping to grab the door as any gentleman would.
Oh, so sweet.
That was the most condescending, so sweet.
And our last contestants.
Hello, everybody. Patrick Davis. Go to like shake everyone's hands as if like they forgot who I am.
Oh,
She shakes your hand and gives Asha a friendly hug.
yeah. Been too long. Gotta
It's been
stop
too long.
taking so long to meet up.
Mind if I sit here? Squeezes in his way into next to Garland. Scooch over, Garland. I gotta. I'll just go on the other end.
Is it not working?
Aren't we
You have
missing-
the right thing selected on the left-hand side.
I can't move the thing. I think I'm like locked in.
Do you have token controls on the left-hand side?
Can I click the thing again? Where is it? Token controls.
You just double click your dude. I think it works like that too, right?
Sometimes you can't see it though.
Oh. Crazy.
You gotta be on select tokens. You're on target tokens, looks like. There you go.
Now, aren't we just missing Greg? Where is he at?
Greg Miller is at his home nearby. His wife is, has been taking care of him because he's been a little under the weather.
He got married. Good for him.
Lucky feller.
I believe we would defer to Mr. Gribble, Sheriff's Deputy Garland Gribble. For any local law enforcement needs. But yeah, here's your case file. She would present to you guys essentially a case file that reads pretty verbatim exactly what happened to you all in 1991, followed by the current police report on Jenny, as well as we believe that she was here to apprehend a anomalous artifact, which we have since apprehended. She was in possession of an anomalous VHS tape when she was killed.
Sweat starts to go down Patrick's forehead as at the word VHS tape.
Bridget's
However,
body stiffens for a
the
moment.
possibility remains that this was not the only one in existence.
And
Other
how-
anomalous artifacts or things connected to that could still exist, which is why you're here to do an investigation.
And how is there a like minute by minute account of what happened 10 years ago? Has someone been talking to the? Well, I mean, I guess some of you are government, but
Bridget kind of just quirks her brow at him, like, "What do you think?"
Well, Patrick rubs the back of his neck. I'm not sure how a software engineer like myself could be help to you guys with this kind of mission. Would you
Well,
mind
Patrick,
explaining to me what I could help?
I'd like to extend to you this, and she pushes across the table to you a state-of-the-art laptop, like brand new laptop.
What
You'll be taking
brand,
notes
first of
for us
all?
this year, or for this.
He's a Dell man, through and
I am a
through.
Dell
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Yeah,
It's Dell.
it better not be a Mac.
It's top of the line, whatever it is. And she says, "We'd like for you to be our, computer whiz, our IT guy, in case anything in that space should arise."
If you say so. Takes
Not
the
many
dough.
people are as tech savvy or literate. In fact, I would, reckon that you are the only person who is sitting here who knows how to, do anything super techy. It's 2001 after all.
Hey, Pat, you know anything about VHSs, or is that too ancient technology for your future focused kind of programmy mind?
Yeah, I mean, I just use CDs now. VHS tapes are kind of old school. Actually, when was Blu-ray invented?
Blu-ray's not yet. I think Blu-ray was like
2006.
2006.
We're in DVD
We do have
times right now.
DVDs and CDs, though, yeah.
Yeah, I know we have CDs. I just didn't know when Blu-ray, specifically.
C-Cell has Blu-ray already.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not much one for VHS tapes, so I mean, not that I couldn't take apart a player and tinker around with the wiring, but CDs are my game.
Also, you'll be testing out some state-of-the-art devices on this excursion, in which she would give to all of you a sort of little. It almost looks like a life alert. It's like a little necklace type of device that you can wear. That's basically an air tag. And you are all given short range, tap your ear, Secret Service type communication devices, which will interface with the laptop that Patrick is given.
I feel like you can tell
That is why
who's
you are
C-Cell
here.
by who puts the earpieces on without having to think about it, and who needs help getting it on, right?
Yeah, I
It's
think
just like-
Patrick would take a few seconds to figure it out.
Bridget
Why
will
don't
help
you
Asha
give me
get
a
it on.
computer use?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, he knows how to obviously he knows all the technical stuff, but he wouldn't have been in a position to need radio in the ear like some kind of spy or Secret Service kind of guy. He'd be fidgeting around with getting the fitment right too. He might be the finicky type that it's got to sit just right inside his ear. He might even kind of scratch at it or poke at it as the day goes on.
Patrick, why don't you give me a computer use?
Sure. Horizon 40 IMAP. We'll push that. We'll push that. Jeez. All right.
Yeah, you are struggling hard to figure out this laptop. Like, you immediately understand why they gave this to you, because you could not imagine any of these other people at this table understanding what the fuck this is, because you barely understand this. This is super advanced technology.
Is this some kind of unreleased model yet that I haven't heard about?
She just gives you a little smirk. You'll get the hang of it. And she types a couple buttons on it for you and just shows you how to like link the devices to the computer and like that kind of stuff, just casually,
Got it.
so that you know how to do it. Next time it will not be a roll.
Nice.
So, Agent, are you gonna brief us on what we're planning to do here for this particular mission?
Well, based on the notes that we found, and she opens up the case file that involves all of you guys to reveal a couple of things. One of the things is a diary by Jenny that has some startling ramblings, which we will go in deeper depth into what she was talking about in her notebook, as well as there is a manuscript copy of this play, or this screenplay, Static Memories, with a ton of manuscript pages that directly reference all of you.
How
so
many
you are
pages?
connected to this in some way.
How many pages roughly is it?
It's about as many as you can find in your Static Memories.
Okay.
Question: is the information in the Static Memories manuscript the information of like that alternate dimension with us dying and stuff like that, or is it like not that?
It is everything that you can read when you open the Static Memories tab, the journal tab.
I see Burger.
I don't see Burger House.
Oh, there we go. Popped up.
Now it is. All right. Well, everyone give me 30 minutes while I read all this.
Has Greg had any problems since that night in the town? I mean, has he like after we graduated? Because
Not that we have known, but that would be part of what you are looking into. You're here to investigate, figure out what's going on with, how Greg is holding up, and, what really happened to Jenny, and if she has connections to other things.
Why now? Why?
You all are ones who are acutely connected to the story that happened, and all of the things that happened in it. So if you are going to, solve whatever's going on here, it's going to be you guys.
I'm sure you guys have agents better suited to do something like this. I'm just a desk worker.
Well, you've got two pretty good agents on it, and honestly, we don't really believe that this is something that is insanely in depth, just something that needs more monitoring. But better safe than sorry, which is why we're calling you in for an investigation. Jenny could have connections to other people here. She was here for something, obviously.
Might
Do
be better to limit
we-
people to who's seen the VHS to people who've already seen it as well, in case
Correct.
that comes up.
Yeah.
Do you know Jenny's whereabouts after that night in 1991?
She has a Montana driver's license. Agents will be going to her apartment in Montana at the address today.
Have we had any other connections show up in Montana at this point?
Not so far, no.
Do we know how long she was back in town before everything happened?
We do not. But perhaps you could interact with locals and figure that out.
That does sound like a good job for the new local cop.
Nothing new about it. I guess this is just a promotion by default. Does Garland I guess if Garland was reading the police report, was there anything in there about like what led officers to be dispatched there in the first place, who called it in?
It was called in by a neighbor who heard some yelling.
Maybe we should start with the neighbor.
Do you think it's possible that she had been watching him? There could be some people who had seen her in the area before. So
Yeah, neighbors are usually a good place to start for something like this. Not that I've seen too many things like this, but no matter what, it's just if someone's breaking and entering or anything really. Neighbors are always good bets. Hopefully this one's nosy.
they always are in small towns.
Do we
Oh yeah, the other day, dogs got out. That was something. Someone wrote the word "come" on a wall in spray paint. Yeah, no, you don't usually get stuff like this. And I don't know if it's normal for the feds to get involved every time someone turns up dead. It's not like I've seen too many violent deaths around here. Yeah, mostly just embarrassing accidents and substance abuse related deaths. I could make a whole book on just embarrassing ways people accidentally die.
She
Don't
flips
tell anyone.
to a part in the file and taps on a part at the very beginning where Jenny is quoted it as saying that she got the tape from her boss at work, who's part of a weird European film club.
Oh yeah.
We'd like you to look
Yeah.
into that as well. Investigate the movie store here in town.
Yeah, we never found out if it was like Italian or anything.
Plenty of threads to follow should you be prime investigators. And she looks to Bridget and to Lance.
Does Garland know if the video store is still around? Like we're sort of in the
It is.
last
It's called
thing.
First Class Video.
Ooh.
You
Yeah,
probably
nothing.
even still rent. I don't know if you still rent tapes, but if you rented tapes or movies, that's where you would go because it's the only place in town.
Huh.
I imagine after that in his past, he probably doesn't watch a lot of movies. So.
Is Garland aware of any, unsavory dealings at this video store?
Not acutely. No. You do know that it is owned by a guy.
Okay.
What
It's owned by a
happened?
guy.
What
Sorry.
happened to the guy that
Here
was
you
her
go.
coworker
Sorry,
that
guys,
disappeared?
chill. You guys gotta chill when I fucking die.
Come up with names immediately.
Just pause. Actually, that's a good point. What I do, Mr. Storyteller Trinket, I always have a list of random male and random female names handy whenever I need to randomly come up with a name. Just boom, pull it up, and I just write next to it what that person is. So, just tip.
Also,
GM tip.
Also, this James character, mentioned only in the prologue, also an open missing persons case.
Do we think there's a possibility that he might have been murdered by this Jenny as well?
In 1991? Perhaps. If so, it's a damn cold case, though.
She wasn't so late that night that she would have had time to, like, bury a body deep in the woods.
Maybe I should
Not that you know
see if I
about. I
can pull the
mean,
files of any missing persons named James from around that time, if there are any.
Didn't James go to school with us or no?
James did go to school with you.
Hmm.
And you would note that right around the same time, he's part of the same disappearance as Jenny.
Yeah. Because they both worked at
both worked
First
at
Class
Liminal.
Video.
They both went missing the same night.
I mean, I know some people in the gossip around high school is that they just ran off together, left poor Greg Miller high and dry, but obviously after all this, that doesn't appear to be the case. So it does definitely pour some light over the disappearance all over again.
I think someone would have investigated that video store back then if that was the common thread.
For sure. I do believe we did look into it, and the store owner, Mr. Werner, said that there was no that they never clocked out. James never clocked out. This was before they didn't have CCTV cameras. I mean, they existed, but they didn't have them at the movie store.
Is Werner, is that a German name?
Probably.
I don't think it is. And I gotta find out. Maybe it is. Oh yeah, it is definitely German.
Similar to Verger, but that could be just a coincidence.
Yeah. What it was, I
We
think
didn't-
is yeah. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Burner,
You
burger.
you might have also been thinking of Werner Herzog as well, which is a first name, but very similar.
Anyway, it is German. Correct. Miss Bookish. Well, do we have... Jeez.
Asking if it was a German name, because I know he said that it was a possible, like a European video thing. Is it possible that he has ties to Germany in some respect, and that's where the video came from?
Could be. You should investigate. When questioned 10 years ago about it, he's quoted as saying, and she points into the file, that Jenny is quoted as clocking out at 9:37. Which is a full 37 minutes after her shift ended. And that James never clocked out for the day. And never returned to gather his things, which were returned to his parents 10 years ago. But yes, the common consensus up until this point was that they were teenage runaways. Yeah, they ran away together.
Together.
Now, if you remember, Jenny had said that she fell asleep when she was watching the VHS tape. Maybe that accounts for her clocking out late.
Mm.
What would make sense?
So, well, before we look into this, just one, what exactly are we trying to determine here? I mean, it sounds like what happened sounds pretty open and shut. I'm not saying I believe the official story, but what are we looking for? What are we trying to determine at this point?
Signs of future anomalies that need to be prevented.
Anomalies in what
Like
sense?
the weird stuff that sucked you into the television when you were 16. Did you forget about that?
Uh,
It happened here in Enloe, Texas, and it's pretty strange that she checks her watch. The 4th of July is coming up again, and Jenny returned here exactly 10 years later.
That is strange.
Look, it's too many
Say-
weird coincidences to not send at least a small team like you all here to take a look at it. Now, if you
say
don't
that
find
you're-
anything, then you don't find anything. You get paid your money, and we all go home.
Did you say that your people have that videotape now, or a videotape?
We are in possession of a videotape.
Has it been watched by anyone?
It will be run through a rigorous, containment protocol, and then inspected by proper researchers. Any pertinent information gained from that will be passed down to you all.
What's the timeline on that?
At least a couple days.
She has a like a planner that she is making notes in, but it's all like in a weird like shorthand that doesn't look like anything to someone who would look at it. It's kind of like her own little code that she's come up with because she needs to keep a journal. But
Best case, it is identified today or tomorrow, and then researched the day after. Because it is at this point just an anomalous artifact, like something that needs to be treated with the utmost precaution.
I mean, it's always wise to be cautious, as long as it's a priority, as we are actively on the case.
But yeah, and then if you have any questions about what happened in the past, you need only ask each other.
If need be, how do we contact you?
You go to any payphone or telephone, landline connected, and dial this number. And she pushes across the table to you a little card with a very special number on it, business card. It's just a number, and then you hold the pound sign until you hear a click. State your mission and one of your agent call signs. She points to Bridget.
Mm-hmm.
All right, lads, I think we have our walking orders. Should we get behind Gribble here and start walking about this town that, dear God, I haven't been to in 10 years?
But by all
and
means, enjoy your coffee.
Do we not have like a chauffeur or a driver at the minimum?
She clicks the buttons on a keypad for a car, and you can see the lights on a like Chevy Suburban outside light up.
Well then, who's driving?
Garland, I assume you have a cruiser.
Yeah. Anyone want to ride shotgun?
Sure.
Yeah, still
I
can't
didn't
hear.
get a word of that.
I said, I'll volunteer to drive the other car.
I'll take my chances with a lance, I guess.
Smart man. I don't know if you guys remember how Garland used to drive back in the day, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be behind his wheel.
Bridget kind of looks at Garland like, you are good at driving, right?
Say I'm better. I mean, you know, got more time to learn to get better at it.
Oh, and she rattles before you a set of like a separate set of keys from the car keys. These are the keys to a safe house.
Fancy, fancy. And the address?
She gives it to you. It's in your case files.
Gotcha. Keys to safe house.
It's a 1-bedroom down past the railroad tracks. It's nothing fancy, but it's a place to go back to.
A secure
One
place to talk.
story. Sorry, not 1 bedroom.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
One story.
Well, if you be a good driver, please. I have faith in you.
I
Follow
mean,
the
I think we
speed
know why
limit.
he. No, we think we know why he became a cop now, so he can get out of all those tickets.
Oh boy.
That's not really how it works.
Yeah, it isn't.
Well, I think we should be off. Where should we check out first? I personally think we should ask the neighbors.
Yeah, that is usually a good place to start with these kinds of things. At the very least, maybe they could tell
See
us
it.
how long she'd been around before everything happened.
Should we look at the body again? I believe you had already looked at it.
You guys can do whatever you want. You can inspect
I'm
the
a little
body.
squeamish around dead things myself.
If you're talking right now, Bookish, we can't. There was nothing at all.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. You hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Just
damn it, now I lost my train of thought because I
Do you
got
want to see the
distracted.
book?
Now
Oh,
is good, by the way. Now is good. Whatever you're doing now is working.
I don't even know what the difference is. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'd love to get a look at that body if it's at all possible, because my major MOS in the military is actually a medic, so dealing with bodies is kind of part of my skill set. I'd like just want to get a kind of feel for what we're looking at here.
Right. Okay. Well, do we want to all go do that, or do we want to split up?
again, I'm not too good around bodies. I think I'd rather talk to the neighbors.
Then maybe we should split up in a different way then. You go with the cop, because we don't need Garland with us to get access to the body, right?
Oh, you shouldn't. Oh yeah, you guys also are, by the way, are you're deputized through Garland, like minorly. You all have like town of
Licenses to
Enlow
kill.
sheriff's department badges that you can flash at people to, get what you want. And
So
then
maybe.
yeah, and then our actual C-Cell employees, you have really fancy like badges that you can flash at people should you want to like actually intimidate them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I guess I'll go with Garland and check out the neighbors. And anyone would like to come with us?
I think Ash is kind of like, I want to say sticking with Bridget.
Okay. We can meet up later, and maybe it'll be closure. You also don't have to look at her if you don't want to.
I kind of
maybe.
think it might be good for me.
All right, then we will meet up. I imagine we will probably be done before you are done, pointing to the two that are going to go talk to the neighbors. So, we'll get in touch after we're done and figure out where you are. So it'll be Lance, Asha, and Bridget, and then Garland and Patrick.
My favorite. This reminds me of as Silas LeBeau always like pulling Leland into random stuff.
Alrighty, let's take a quick 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back with our continuation of our stuff. Sorry if I'm not really like grabbing you hook, line, and sinker with this one.
What do you mean?
It's fine.
We're doing
it's
an
one of those
investigation.
slow building.
How do I
thing,
say you want to investigate because you want to investigate type deal?
Yeah, exactly. We want to. That's all you need
Please
to know.
keep going because it benefits the plot. Thank you.
You've convinced me.
Exactly.
I was gonna investigate no matter what, because anywhere that Lance is told to go, tell him to jump. He says how high.
That's good boy behavior. We appreciate it.
I do feel bad that I don't know what is wrong with the computer today, but it is not cooperating. I'm so
Right
sorry,
now,
guys.
you sound perfect. Like, you're completely understandable. But then sometimes I think there are a few times people would, including myself, probably talk over you without even knowing, and I feel really bad about it. But there was just like nothing coming through, and I would just catch the tail end of your light going off.
I don't even know what the difference is, because I'm not doing anything different than the times that you guys can't hear me. So I don't know if it's just Andy's computer is dying or what, but I have no idea what's causing the difference, because it is literally like the exact same thing, but sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not.
Yeah. Technology, baby. Should have got a Dell. Just ask fucking Patrick about it.
I think it's actually an Acer.
Whatever you're doing now is quiet again. We'll figure this out.
Oh my god, I didn't do anything different!
And for that, you were fine again. I'm just trying to get data at this point.
Oh my god, it's so frustrating too, because it's like, I think it's just the mic is going in. I think maybe the mic is dying, and so sometimes it's going in and out, maybe?
It could be a loose internal wire, like what Vlad was saying. Because they're still wires, they're just inside, so harder to get to. So
Yeah.
maybe if you have a third-party mic you could add to the situation, it might help. But I don't know if you do, because you wouldn't have needed one.
I have a headphone mic, but I don't know if you'd be able to hear both of us on that. Here, let me get that and see if I can talk into that and you guys can still hear me.
Okay, so if I talk over here, can you guys hear me?
It's like thinner, but yes. I don't know if that's the only way I can explain it. It's like there's no bass in it, but you're understandable.
Is it still better than when it cuts out on the other computer?
It would be better for it to be this consistent level, in my opinion, than the way it was where it was sometimes perfectly clear and sometimes not at all.
Okay. Because, like, basically I have the headphones, but I'm, like, holding them away from me, as if they were on Andy's head.
Okay.
Because he's actually downstairs getting me water. But,
It's, yeah, I would describe it as, like, there's no bass at all. It's sort of thin.
Okay, here, let me see if I can adjust the sound settings at all and see if it gets any better.
What I miss?
Okay, what about that? Is that any better?
I think so. Yeah.
Does that sound more consistent?
So far, it's completely consistent.
Okay, but is it any bassier? I guess.
A little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you'll
I would
probably
take
be
this. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll probably be able to hear Andy really well, which is probably better because he talks like he has marshmallows in his mouth at all times.
Oh my god, you sound so much better.
She's using it for headset. Or headset
Yeah,
now.
I'm not actually wearing the headset. This is actually the headset like off to the side as if Andy were wearing it. So if this is better, I think that this might be the path forward.
Why don't
Yeah.
you just
This
put
is
it on your head?
completely acceptable.
It'll be
'Cause
on
I
his
have,
head.
yeah, I talked through my. I talked through his mic because I need you guys in my hearing aids. I'm very, very deaf.
Yeah, like the ones that
make-
like go on, like you have like a bald spot on the back of your head kind of ones, or the ones in your ear.
The ones in my ear. I have nerve-ending deafness, so my hearing loss is basically across the entire vocal spectrum. So if I don't have hearing aids on, which like basically interprets the sound for me that's coming through the computer, I need that to kind of like put language back into the correct order, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Gotcha. I'm glad that tech exists to help.
I know. Back in the day, it was just you listened to everything just like louder, and now it's definitely a lot better. Can you guys still hear me? Because Andy just grabbed the mic from me and put it on his head.
Oh,
No, I am handing it to you, but you did it out of the blue.
You can always buy for next time anyway. One of those like stand-up mics, like the what are they called, Yetis, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yetis
buy
are
one
good.
of those.
wouldn't be a bad idea.
I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
think
because
they're
your
hardly
Mr.
expensive.
Bookish is super clear.
Mhm.
It's hard for some reason. That's what I want to call you, even though I do know your name.
He
It's
just-
fun to say.
He just he just needs to actually speak up normally.
Yeah, but this is like super clear.
Okay.
No, yeah, he's great now.
I believe everyone is back, right?
Yeah, Amazon's got those Yetis for like $80.
I can't
maybe.
believe Days came in here and jump scared you guys like that. That's so fucked up.
$80
He
like,
said.
not that much money. $80 is so much money.
For a good mic, but yeah, I mean everything's expensive these days. He warned us he was coming in.
Yeah, I'm also the type of person who like buys a bunch of expensive crap, so $80 on microphone is like. No, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm just saying, oh yeah, $80. Fuck it, I'll buy it. You know.
You just bought more expensive mics, basically.
No, I'm not really. I don't care for. But I'm saying is I
Me
buy a
either.
lot more expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's go to a new scene. Do I have a scene that would be good for this? Let's firstly go to the morgue.
Cool. Well, I will not be.
This is our image for the Enlow police station. Sorry, it's the only one you get.
It's okay. We're gonna use our imaginations.
Wait, you have imagination? I don't have that.
No.
Town of Enlow. It's a pretty small police station. Including Garland, there is maybe 10 people on the force.
It's more than I was expecting.
Honestly.
Like, maybe. Probably more like 7.
Yeah.
Sounds more reasonable.
Including part-timers.
And volunteers.
And your ancient meter maid who does nothing but just walk around and give people tickets for parking.
People are like, ah, fucking Shirley's coming. God damn
Freaking
it.
Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
She's been at the office for 15 years. But yeah. You guys arrive at the Enloe police station. Things are business as usual. The nice lady at the front desk, let's say her name is Meredith. She's got, nice long brown hair and a chipper voice who kind of greets you all as you enter. Oh, welcome, welcome.
Well,
What can we
hello
do for
there,
you all
ma'am.
today?
We are from a government agency doing some investigating in that absolutely terrible triple homicide that occurred, and I'm here with some of my
Are
associates.
you here with Agent Bull?
Yes,
She
we
was
are working.
very nice.
She is a lovely woman, just like yourself. And we just wanted to see if we could get some look-sees at the body and get a little conversation going, maybe with the coroner, if at all possible.
Oh yeah, let me just check you in. And she just kind of takes down all your names. Because this is the first time that she's seen any of you. So she writes you down in a little book and asks you all just what your name is.
Bridget, you should be honest. I don't think she would need a... Because this is a city where people know her, so...
They didn't explicitly tell you that this was a mission where you needed to, pick an agent name or anything.
Yeah. She grew up
Well,
here,
ma'am,
so...
Oh, Miss Anderson! I remember you.
Hello. We're here to take a look at the body.
Well, right this way, everyone. And she shows you down the hallway to the morgue. And to, the mortician, we'll say, is an older gentleman, probably in his 50s or 60s. Do you require the assistance of a mortician, or are you going to just read the autopsy notes and...
I think we would
Actually,
ask
the
for...
formal autopsy has probably, just been finished last night. But you could conduct an autopsy yourself if that's what you are intending to do.
Would I be able to use my first aid skill to kind of, look into the body and, kind of get a...
Yes, but it won't be as good as medicine.
I did not realize that when I did my skills, so I only took first aid and not medicine. Oops.
I don't have any medicine either. So maybe
I
we
got an
go
85 in first aid.
I mean, that's still really good.
Maybe we go in by ourselves at first, and then tell the mortician we will probably want to talk to you after.
Yeah, he'll
We
leave
take our
you with
first
the body,
initial?
Okay, so would I still be able to make a first aid roll, but it
Yeah,
just
go
wouldn't be
ahead.
as
That's
good?
all I was saying. Yeah, it just won't be as good. Medicine will be better for this. Yeah, you pull the drawer out with the body on it and unzip the bag. She is there before you. The three of you stand there, right? Just the three of you?
Mm-hmm.
Asha, you go in.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll let you, but this is a pretty grim place. You know?
Yeah.
It's not exactly every day you get to step foot in a morgue like this following your friend. It's probably very interesting to see them at work.
Yeah, I think she's taking very, it's quiet notes of everything that they're doing. Especially since whenever her and Bridget get together, it's for a nice talk, nice lunch, hang out. Nothing of this sort. But she is curious to see Jenny, one, and then I just want to. Is there any way I could make an occult roll when I see your face?
Yeah, this is the perfect moment for that because, as I said, you're all standing there, and Bridget, I assume you're the one who unzips the bag
Yes.
to reveal her. Yeah, it is. It's her. It's Jenny.
Before she does it, she would kind of take a look at the two because she knows that Lance had a thing for her, and Asha, you know, doesn't do this kind of thing for work, and be like, just do whatever you need to do to prepare yourselves for whatever it is we're gonna see in here.
I mean, I'd assume it's gonna be a dead body, but
But it's the dead body of someone you knew, and I know you probably have some experience with that, but she wasn't a soldier. So, you know.
thank you, Bridge. I appreciate that. He kind of gives you like a look like there's definitely more there. Your words mean much deeper than you might even realize.
She'd give him a bit of a nod of understanding before she unzips it.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to look at, especially because immediately as you unzip, there's, center of the head bullet wound. That is pretty startling, as well as the fact that her eyes are closed now, and you can tell that there's been a little bit of work done to pose her face in not such a gruesome smile, because she you were told in the coroner's report that she had a pretty gruesome smile. So to prepare her for a funeral, it looks like somebody has already gone ahead and begun a tiny bit of work to make her not have such a gruesome appearance.
It's
But there are photos that show her face, yesterday, that has this disgusting, eerie smile.
It's unsettling a little bit, isn't it?
Do we
She kind of looks up at the other two.
do we know if she's being buried with her family, or looks like she's been prepared for a funeral? So, I mean,
As you look on her sheet, it seems like she's being held by the government. But yes, they do have plans to bury all three of them in a local cemetery.
That's pretty.
It does not seem like it does not seem like really anyone wants a service, though. Like there might be a service, but they're not sure how many people would attend, because it doesn't seem like neither the old people who were her parents or anybody has really come to claim the body of her. So
It's a shame. She was a normal person once. Can we take... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least we can hope she's at peace now.
I hope she is. I hope she was way back then. Can I start looking for marks on her body that are unrelated to the specific situation of the murders?
sure. So yeah, let's go over. So first of all, that 61 first aid check. You see definitely, just like Garland did, this is a shot from a 45 round, like a handgun round, but a pretty significant handgun round. Yeah, it's definitely kill shots, good grouping.
Any tattoos? Any prior or previous scars?
As you look over the body, nope, she doesn't have any tattoos or really any out of place scars. You know, she's got the occasional, scar here or there from things, but not anything out of the ordinary. You know, some things on the knuckles maybe from wear and tear working jobs.
What about... This might sound a little weird, but is she like well fed? Does she look like her normal weight?
She, for an average person, she's a little on the underweight side, a little skittish. You see that they do write that it seems like she is underweight.
She is underweight.
There wasn't a lot of food in her stomach when it came in the autopsy report, if any.
Do we think that she's just been living rough out in Montana this whole time?
What do her nails look like? Maybe.
Dirty. There's dirt underneath her fingernails.
And is it like a lot of dirt? Like there are years she does not like clean her hands very often?
No, it looks fresh. In fact, it's marked on the coroner's report.
Does she have like calluses or anything that like it indicates that she might have been like working as a laborer for the last 10 years?
Yeah, for sure. She's got a decent tan. Even though her body is pretty pale at this point, like you can tell that she's had gotten sun.
Yeah. Has the police department run her background with Montana State Police yet?
I will say that yes, they did do that, and she doesn't have any record or anything. She's got DMV records though. The license came back positive it's real.
No, like next of kin or any.
No connections though. No next of kin.
I think Asha's going to kind of watch them go through their normal motions here, and then when they're kind of focused more on her weight and her fingernails, I think because she's replayed Jenny's younger years face in her mind so much, she's going to probably shock maybe Bridget when she walks over and kind of like, I want to say it's like a gentle touch to her face.
Bridget definitely looks surprised. It doesn't
Does
stop
that
her.
occult roll do anything?
Yes, sorry, I was gonna wrap back around to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, it's my bad. Yeah, so with your occult roll, when you do this, when you touch her face, you honestly sense a very deep connection with her. You feel her pain in this moment. You feel you feel like you know what she felt like. Alone, cold, distant. That people probably said a lot of the same things about her that they say about you. And about your friend Bridget. And I need all three of you to make me sanity rolls.
For sure. I think she'll say very quietly. I should have gave you that hug.
Is it so quiet that she wouldn't be able to hear you say that?
You probably hear it.
You
It
just get a
sounds
little.
like melancholy, sorrowful.
You get a hand on your shoulder that just kind of gives a little squeeze.
You also, I will say, with this sanity check or this occult roll, get the feeling that Jenny was running from something. And Lance Hurst. That's a hot 4 sanity.
Ooh, this one has it. I don't know what got in her, but it sure as shit didn't let its hold on her go.
Well, there's nothing that we could have done. We were kids. We didn't know what was happening. We barely know what's happening right now. But we can try to find her some justice, maybe.
I mean, I hate to be the bearer of the real world, but if she did run away to Montana and then she came back and murdered her parents, are we sure that this is even? We can't be sure this is even something of a preternatural. This could just be that we don't always know what's happening in a small town. For all we know, the Hawthorns were abusive and she ran away trying to find a better life after everything that she went through.
It's possible, but she did run away that night.
Well, maybe that was her breaking point.
It's possible. We don't have proof one way or the other.
I know. I'm just throwing out theories of. We don't want to assume everything is monsters in the dark. Sometimes, the monsters where humans get.
She was in possession of an anomalous item.
That is true. That is true. That is not to be dissuaded either. Just
But
lay
you are
out
right.
all the options.
She's gonna take a second, since we're still in here, to sketch a older Jenny's face. I feel like she has like a little sketch pad.
Oh, I should also say that the parents' bodies are here as well.
Oh, we should also check those, definitely.
Yeah.
I did
Why
not
don't
say
we-
that earlier, but they're all here.
We would have asked them to be brought out as well, so could we just say that they were waiting for us to get to?
Sure, I mean, they're in the same room. You're in the morgue.
Yeah.
There's just only a couple of these poltrons.
Maybe Lance and I go check out the bodies, the other two?
Yeah, that's not the plan.
Yeah.
More dead.
Could you get closer to his mic again? You're sounding a little far.
Yeah, that's because he's like wandering off. Yeah, Asha, you should have to see more death than you really need to. This is my job. I'm used to it. You don't have to force yourself to go look at the parents if you don't want to.
I appreciate that. I think I'll stay over here with her. And she's just gonna continue sketching, looking, taking it in.
As they walk over to the other ones, Bridget would quietly say, "It's okay to be not okay for a little bit." But she wouldn't ask him to say more,
Can I make a first aid check on the bodies of the parents?
Sure.
Would that be just one or one for each of them?
You can do one. Okay, yeah. Looking them over, they each, the mother and the father, both in their 60s, throats slit. Nothing really apparent other than that. There are some struggle marks apparent on the hands, as if there was a bit of a struggle.
Hmm.
I can't tell much other than that they didn't want this to occur, but who wants their throat slit, really?
Yeah. Uh,
Oh no, this is
Just
several.
to-
This is several episodes.
oh,
Feel
okay.
free
Okay. Then in
to
that case.
to chit chat
Okay.
and stuff. We're not ending it tonight or anything.
Okay. Good. Okay. Then never mind. Can I, just because it's what you kind of can do with a body, can I check for more any unusual marks? Like, I'm talking like soles of feet, like places where someone might try to conceal something unusual.
Sure, give me a spot hidden.
I'm gonna wish I had Marion spot hidden. Yep.
Coroner's reports are both clean. You look over all of these places, their feet, their wrists, you don't see anything. It's by all means a murder.
Hmm.
Everything's look.
The motive, though,
Yeah.
Everything's looking pretty cut and dry here, as far as like the very human elements of the crime are considered. I think we might need to look elsewhere for the aspects that our joint organization might be more interested in. Doesn't seem like there's too much of that data to be gleaned from the bodies.
What you were saying earlier does bring up a good point. We should look at her medical records from before this went down and see if she has a history of accidents, because that could lend credence to your theory that perhaps she just had enough. And that doesn't mean that the supernatural isn't involved, but that could be a big piece of the puzzle potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all dealt with that trauma in our own ways. And if she was having trouble at home before this, it'd definitely be a catalyst for her wanting to get out of this, by all accounts, kind of shithole of a town.
It could also mean perhaps she invited something in a little bit more readily. If it offered her a chance.
I wouldn't know anything about that aspect, but I'm gonna take your know-how on that. He does the little tip his hat motion, even though he's not wearing a hat.
Just snickers a little bit. Well,
Should
I
we
think
go
this.
check on Asha?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's she
Asha.
doing, by the way?
was there anything you were just doing a sketch?
She's sketching and
You
just
have
kind
art
of.
and craft, right?
I've got fine art. I sure
Yeah.
do.
Why don't you give us a roll?
Sure. Hold on. Please be good. I put so many points.
Don't fumble it.
We're good. We're good. We're good. It's getting close though. Cut that out.
Yeah. They're only gone a couple minutes. You only have a couple minutes to sketch this out, but you get a good sketch, and you're sure as shit not gonna forget this. So.
Nice little stick figures.
Oh no, there's great detail. There's details. There's details. She's good at sketching.
And as they're walking over, she would just kind of say, "She's doing as best she can. She's stronger than people think." And then, how you doing, Ash?
Processing.
Well, we know how to do that.
Plenty of years of therapy. Sure. She kind of laughs a little dryly at that, but closes the sketchbook.
His parents didn't put them in therapy.
Pardon?
I said, am I the only one whose parents didn't put them in therapy?
Well, it's okay. You joined the military. She kind of gives him like a.
It's almost the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like I've processed just fine. I focus up and don't think about things like emotions or pain or fear. Perfectly healthy.
That sounds healthy.
Great coping strategies. I compartmentalize. That's the word.
She kind of glances for a split second at Asha before.
Yeah, Asha look. I feel like they look at each other at the same time.
It's a look that women know, like,
It's all right to not be okay. This is a lot. We grew up with her.
Oh no, my dad never would have let me live it down if I decided to be a weak bitch about things. I'm good.
Excuse. I think our dads have a lot to answer for, but we don't have time to unpack that in the middle of a morgue.
I don't think it makes you.
So sorry, ladies. I wasn't at all implying that you guys are weak bitches because you had to do therapy. I was just saying that.
Lance, don't dig your hole any deeper. Just it's all right to let yourself feel things, okay? We won't judge you for it.
Mm-mm.
Compartmentalize.
Right.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I saw the dead body of the woman I was in love with in high school, and everything's fine. I'm doing great. I got a good job. Everything's fine.
Insight
Right.
Psychology.
Oh, wait.
Actually, I can psychology.
Me too.
Can I psychology? I know it's weird against another player, but. Oh, you're gonna kick my butt. Actually, I think I passed too. No, I just failed. But you know what? You succeeded, so I'm not gonna spend the luck. It's fine.
He is not fine. Asha is very aware that he is not fine.
And it's because of everything that her and Bridget have expressed to each other and talked about, and like just over the years. It's not. She knows. And I want to say she would walk over and kind of she's she's not tall. Her size is quite small, but she puts a hand, not the one that was touching Jenny's face, the other, like on your back, and kind of gives us like that little reassuring rub that like I'm here for you if you need. I know that you need it, but you don't have to acknowledge it right now, but we are probably going to have to unpack this.
When you do that, you notice that, like, at first, he kind of, there's almost like that instinctive jump, like somebody that's really unused to being touched in a friendly way and really very used to having to react to danger. And then he just kind of, like, relaxes himself, like, and accepts, like, oh, no, it's fine, it's just Asha. But yeah, there's almost even, like, even in that moment, there's that hint of, like, this is a boy that's been through a lot, and he's just never processing any of it and just keeps moving forward.
Yeah.
It's like a shark. You can't die if you keep moving. Just can't. You keep swimming.
Oh.
Very, very much shark vibes. Yes.
And with
It'll be
that,
okay.
we will cut to a couple more while this is happening. As Garland is driving us down the lonely Texas roads towards the suburb where Jenny's family lived. Patrick is shotgun in the cop car.
So how you been
Planning on that. Go ahead.
So how you been getting by all these years, Patrick? You said you're doing computers?
Yeah, I work for Dell. I went into school for engineering, and I'm practically an engineer, but a software engineer is what I'm really doing. And you, Garland, how's being a cop?
Well, it's something to do. You know, there aren't a lot of prospects in this town, but it's something. It keeps me on my best behavior.
Well, you think we're nearby the house yet? He's kind of like not a great talker.
I reckon it can't be too far. It's not exactly a big town.
Yeah. So, you were following reports for the family, which I will give you the name of. Bert and Melinda Johnson,
Bert and Melinda Johnson.
who are the next door neighbors.
When we get to there, obviously we'd go up and knock on the door. I don't know if you hear me knocking, but knock on the door. I'm sure, though, Garland would take point.
I don't have a good house exterior shot.
Okay, so walk up to the front door and knock.
Yeah, we're just waiting on.
Sure.
Miss
Yeah,
Trinket.
after a couple of minutes. I don't have a better scene, unfortunately. We
Yeah,
just get to look
don't
at the
worry about
police office.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you guys knock on the door. After a few moments, a woman comes up to the door. It's a screen door, so she kind of pulls open the inner door, but the outer door is still shut. This woman, probably in her 50s, with brown hair, and she looks very like a, Texas mom. Well, howdy. What can I do for you, officers today?
Are you, Melinda Johnson?
Yes, sir, I am. And you're,
Officer Garland Gribble with the, Enloe Police Department. This is my associate, what's it? Patrick.
Patrick Davis, ma'am.
Davis.
Already forgot my name. That's
howdy.
crazy.
Here, I assume about following up about the other night.
Yes, I know that you're the one who called it in. I just wanted to, get a better idea of, I guess, what you remember observing, and if you remember seeing anything strange or just kind of off going on around here in the days and hours leading up to the killings that we're investigating.
Well, and she opens the front porch and comes out. She says, "Can I get you boys some lemonade or anything?"
Dahlia, I'd love that.
Yeah, that would be great. It's
Yeah, sure. She
really hot out today.
get you some lemonade, and y'all sit down in the sun.
Never
Well,
returns.
like I told them the other night, it was around 7:30. I heard a car pull up, which, it's not too common, but the Hawthorns, they don't really get any guests. So, it's not too common, so it did catch my eye. I try not to be too nosy, but in these small towns, keep my eye out. And I done seen a young girl come out the car, go inside, and I thought, it's mighty strange. I don't know who that is, but around 8 o'clock, I heard some noises, some screaming. So I gave a call to the sheriff, who came around, Sheriff Miller. Nice boy, who asked us a few things before he went next door to investigate, and then, around a little while later, we heard the shots. So,
How long do you think it took between the time that Greg Miller entered the house and the gunshots you heard?
I reckon couldn't have been more than 10, 15 minutes.
How long have you been living here, Miss Johnson? Do you remember
Oh, since
anything
73?
Do you remember anything about the missing Hawthorne girl from about 10 years ago?
Well, yeah, I do, and that's what that sheriff told me.
What did he tell you?
Well, he said that maybe it's got to do with that missing girl from a long time ago, and I do remember when she went missing, the Hawthorns. I did, I went to the vigil, and I tried to take care of the old folks, but
Did they ever say anything to you about what happened to her, to their daughter?
nah, real mean. Not very nice people.
Does Garland get the sense that she is being completely forthcoming about all of this?
Because they called you wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's telling you the truth. And the timeline adds up.
Maybe, Garland, we should check out the crime scene. What do you think?
Well, just a few more questions. I guess what do you mean that they were very mean people? Did they ever talk to you, or did you say anything? Did they say anything to you, like specifically they remember being
One day,
particularly
Bert.
rude?
One day, Bert got a letter belonged to. God, what did I say their name was?
Johnson? Wait, Bert Johnson, Linda Johnson?
Yeah, no.
Oh, the Hawthorns?
Jenny's parents.
Oh, I actually did not write that one down. Huh.
Wait, what is it?
Trying to remember what
The first names of the
Jenny's
Hawthorne
parents,
parents?
I feel like I said them, but I don't.
Oh, no. I don't think you did.
Yeah, I don't see it in the notes anywhere.
Wait. Yeah, no. Oh, Marcus and Mary Hawthorne.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I knew it started with an M. Marcus and Mary. One day, Bert got a letter that belonged to Marcus in the mail and went over to give it to him. You know, real neighborly. And, yeah, they accused him of stealing his mail. It's real mean folk.
Were they always like that, or was that only... Did something change after
I think
their
they was
daughter went
always
missing?
like that. That little girl always looked miserable standing out there by the curb looking for the school bus.
Did you ever see them interacting with their daughter, or doing anything particularly mean to her?
Oh, you mean like, did he hit her? I don't think so.
Did you hear any screaming, yelling, verbal abuse, anything like that?
No, not that I can remember.
I guess I think that covers about everything, unless there's anything else you remember hearing, seeing, before the murder, or anything like that.
No, not that I can remember, but, you mind having them tow that car?
Still parked out there?
You looking sure as shit. There's a white Bronco parked out front of the house.
Oh, OJ? Is that you?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, we can definitely get it towed. Maybe we should take a look at it first, see if...
I was about to say that too, buddy.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, thanks for letting us know what you remember, Miss Johnson. Let us know if you or Bert think of anything else. I give her my card. Do I have a card? I have a card.
Yeah, you probably have a
Just call
card.
it pull.
I probably have a card.
You can call me anytime. Just dial 911.
Yeah, really.
Hey, Garland, you happen to have a Slim Jim in your police cruiser?
Probably.
And by Slim Jim, I mean the tool to unlock doors.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I reckon I've got some Slim Jims. Let's go back and get some Slim. Let's go back to the cruiser and get some Slim Jims before we look at this car.
Well, while he gets the Slim Jim, Patrick will go just to see if it's even just unlocked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Story time.
Yeah, you guys walk up to this car out front of the front yard is still covered in crime scene tape, by the way. You see that picket fence where it's busted down, the flowers are all shoved in, and then, yeah, there's a car here that's a Bronco, so it has, of course, that, back that opens up but yeah, does appear to be locked.
I like to peer through the window, dust off whatever dust is on it, and look in, eyes cupped around my eyes.
You don't see anything immediately inside, but it does have Montana plates.
What, hidden maybe?
Yeah, make me a spot hidden roll.
I'll spend 2 luck. See if I see anything. Oh man, I don't have a lot of luck to spend. But I'll spend it.
You spot a pack of cigarettes and a lighter in the cup holder.
Garland, get that Slim Jim. Let's look in the glove box. I don't see anything of importance out here and on the outside.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Uncle Sam will care if we don't have a warrant for a little on-site search and seizure.
I mean, the tow truck driver's going to have to do the same. Don't you think?
At some point, yeah, we'll have to inventory it. Yeah, all right. Let's take a look. And I take out my quote-unquote Slim Jim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
That's a lot of luck.
Yeah, all right. Let me try pushing it.
Yeah, push it.
Oh,
nice.
Let's go.
How do you do this better?
How do what?
How do you do it better than before? When you push a roll, you're supposed to describe how you change something, you do something a little bit better.
I just sort of... I take my hand out and I feel where the lock is. I get a sense for it. I get to know the lock and feel its energy almost. And then with my other hand, I take the pick and insert it and just kind of breathe in and out with the feeling the energy around me and just kind of let it flow naturally until I manage to click it open.
Described like a man who's never actually picked a lock in his life.
Well, I would hope not.
It does actually pop open eventually. And you are able to get into this car. You immediately, as you open this, are hit with the smell of a woman. You hadn't remembered up until this point what she smelled like, but this is exactly what she smelled like. It's the same perfume.
Oh, I don't think I've used a lockpick in years. In between that and that smell, this is takes me back, and I don't know if that's in a good way or not.
Well, now that the car is unlocked, I'd like to rummage through the glove box. I'm assuming it's a bench seat, so no center console, unless there is.
Yeah, there's a center console with some things in it, and then a glove box.
I'm looking more for papers, info.
Yeah,
unless there's
in the center console, you find some receipts and things that track progress on a road trip from here or from Montana to here.
How long was she driving for? Did it look like it was a long trip, or did she just,
4 days?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell by the dates on the receipts here.
It doesn't sound like she was in too much of a hurry.
I mean, I think that's quite a bit of drive. Because Montana's kind of far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in a Bronco. Yeah, Montana's all the way on the... Okay, I'm not a good geography.
I don't know how fast...
on the very north of America. And
I don't know how fast a Bronco goes, but I mean, you can drive cross country in a couple days if you're in a hurry.
Pop open
maybe not back then, yeah.
You pop open the glove box, And
Yeah.
immediately you are met with a, like, handwritten note that in large lettering reads, "I'll never go back."
Is that her handwriting, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Or clearly she was mistaken. She came back eventually.
Well, we don't know where back is. I mean, if she had dealings with this video, back could mean back to wherever that was. But does this look like a recent note?
Yeah, as recent as the rest of the things that are in here.
Are there any blood stains in the car?
No, but it's dirty.
Hmm.
There's heavy
Well,
boot
then.
prints on the in the driver's seat, as well as like some dirt and mud.
Her size boots?
Yeah, they're woman's sized.
Okay. Just no one other than her is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no passengers, certainly.
Got it. Oh, it looks mighty mundane and regular to me, Garland. I mean, I'm not a police detective of any kind, but I mean, it just seems almost like she drove down here from Montana with a bit of vengeance and, killed her parents and died for it.
Looks like, except for that one note. Unless there's... Would it be worth it to do a spot hidden check to see if there's any further hidden compartments or locations where other things might be hidden?
If you like.
Yeah, I guess anything in the back, like not the back seat, but the backpack. The tailgate.
So as you're looking over the inside here, you don't spot any hidden compartments or anything. But you do notice that this van is equipped with like one of those racks on the back where you would like put a rifle, but it is empty.
Oh. Check it out on the back. It looks like one of those racks where people put their guns when they're going hunting, but I don't see anything there, so maybe she had a gun somewhere, or
maybe there's a gun inside the crime scene. Did the police report mention anything about them receiving or retrieving a weapon from inside the house?
It did not.
I was asking Garland, but yeah. Okay. I
Just
think we
the
should
kitchen knife that she had.
yeah, no, this isn't. I wasn't aware of any guns being involved in this at all. And is this?
maybe... Go for it.
Is this is registered? This car is registered. This is registered to her. This particular vehicle.
Yeah, registration is in her name. Well, the registration is in a name of it says Jenny. It has a fake last name. We'll say.
Okay, all right, but it's
She
hers.
took a fake last name, but it's her name. Still Jenny.
Maybe we ought to check inside the house now.
Yeah, well, yeah, as we walk up to the house, I want to keep an eye out and see if there's... if she might have dropped anything, or if there's anything on the ground that might be
Also,
of
can I
note.
look to see if there's anybody watching us?
Yeah, sure.
Spiden?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't seeing nothing.
Nobody watching you. Well, actually, I'll say you don't even have to look too hard. Miss Johnson's still out on her porch.
Yeah.
She didn't go back inside. She's watching you. Just being a nosy neighbor, though.
But I am deputized.
I wave awkwardly.
She,
Is
raises her lemonade glass. This is for sure the most interesting thing that's ever happened to her.
Yeah,
we might need to stop back over there for some lemonade on the way before we go back if this heat keeps up.
I mean, it's 2001. It's before global warming. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Is the door unlocked?
The front door is locked, but I will say that you've been given the keys.
Okay.
Nice. Clicky clacky. Boom. Let's open it up.
I will say that it's been about an hour both ways. So
Okay.
do we want to say that this is where you guys meet back up?
Sure. I'll say I had messaged in that fancy schmancy computer-like device that we're working a little longer than we expected. If they'd like to, they can meet us at the Hawthorne's house to maybe help search such a large building. I mean, impossible. It's a civilian task for two men. So, if they're done with their morgue visit, would they be willing to lend a hand or two or three?
No more than that. Maximum capacity for hands at that point.
Well, I mean, technically it would be 6.
No, 3 individual hands. You get 1 each.
Not a lot of good that'll do us, huh, Garland? What do you think?
He'll use more words than he needs to for every time he talks about anything.
Me? Are you talking to me?
It was talking about you, too, Brent, but yes.
I gotta get a little flavor to my speeches.
Patrick's got a vocabulary, you know?
I was just speaking as me though. I wasn't even speaking as Patrick. Oh. But yeah, no, you'd be right. Yeah, he messaged that. It was Patrick that sent that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just assumed that was you giving Patrick flavor.
Actually, it wasn't, but it does work that way because he definitely did that. So, but that was all me.
Okay.
Sorry
Anyway. No, you're good. You're good. Don't
Then
worry
we regroup outside the Hawthorne home.
Yep. The
I would
door's
like
unlocked.
to also remind you, because we did gloss over it, you were also given in your case files Jenny's diary.
Oh, have we not opened that up yet?
And a
That
copy
is
My girl would have been
crazy.
going through that.
I wrote that down
Research is
too.
her thing. Yeah, I completely
Jeez.
forgot. Can we say that on the driving, like during the driving, my girl would have been reading through it, maybe with Asha in the back seat because Captain America has to focus on driving. I don't know who has it.
Because I wrote down diary by Jenny has ramblings and
I would assume
static
that
memories.
either Bridget
Crazy.
and or Lance are the ones who have the official case file.
That makes sense. All right, Bridget, read it out loud to us. What do we got?
Is there an actual item, or is this something I would do a roll
just
for?
Something you would. So you, I mean, I will immediately describe to you what is in the journal.
Okay.
There's a lot of entries that describe this journal, at least this notebook, only starts a couple weeks ago. The earliest date that's in it is like maybe a few weeks ago, and Jenny says that she's been having those dreams again. That nobody can understand. That she has a feeling that they're going to make her go back. Something's going to make her go back. It wants her to go back to somewhere. And she seems vehement that she will never return.
Does it look like that page that we found in the glove compartment might have come from that diary?
Yeah, very much.
Nice. Good looks, Mr. Garland.
Okay.
There's an entry. I'll let you finish typing if you want.
I'm good. I got it.
There is an entry that says something along the lines of, I can feel her on the other side. I see her in my dreams. I see the terrible things that she sees. And still, I will never go back.
Any indication of who she is?
Make me a psychology check. You know that you as well, and Asha has probably told you that she as well experience dreams where you see yourself still stuck in that dreamlike plane. This reads exactly like that. It's almost as if she's talking about herself.
Maybe she's a victim.
But yeah, she says, I see the terrible pain she's in. I see the terrible things she sees, but still, I will not go back. There's nothing that can make me go back. Does that make me a bad person? That's what it says at the bottom. Does that make me a bad person?
I think, like, I have, like, an idea of the answer, but I don't want to say it because if I'm right, I'm going to feel bad. So I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Does she this make her person? Her reading that with Asha sitting next to her and kind of looking at her like,
I want to say when you're reading that, she put the newest drawing on like the next page that was clean. But in this sketchbook, she kind of just flips through and you see what looks like is if somebody possessed was drawing, but it's Asha's drawing specifically. Like you know it, you've seen it plenty of times, but like
I've seen her work too. Yeah.
you've seen Asha's work and her flipping through her sketchbook, and clearly the fucking dreams and nightmares that she has as she's flipping through.
Little Pikmin's model, maybe?
And
It's
in
the same.
fact, all of you, I will say, have had dreams like this.
What about
I'm sorry.
Patrick, since he's dead in the other world? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Was his different in any way?
Yeah, I will say that you see people other than yourself in your dreams.
Interesting.
Well, I for one just want to say I hate this.
And as much as I wish you were right, I think we can put to rest the idea that this wasn't connected to the anomaly.
When I
Why
touched
would
her
she?
face.
Why would she come back and murder her parents, though? I mean, that's the part that.
Well,
That's the part that really gets me. Unless maybe it drove her crazy. Like maybe because we all lost somebody or lost ourselves in that other world. What if in that other world what she saw was her parents dead? And now she went crazy and thought maybe if she enacted their death that it would pull her back into the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was something she wanted?
Well,
if she was trying to keep from going back into the video, maybe she thought that if
her reality matched fiction, maybe?
Yeah, that maybe it wouldn't need to pull her back. If I let the prophecy come true, then I can be free of it. I don't know.
So this.
Asha, what were you saying about when you touched her? Oh, sorry.
With this, I mean, do we think this is our Jennifer or another Jennifer?
I don't know if our Jennifer was even there the night that we were.
Maybe she was. Yeah, maybe she's been wherever that is ever since then.
It's possible. Asha, what were you saying about when you touched her face?
I could feel how she felt. She felt like we've discussed it, how we kind of been running to.
Yeah.
She felt that way.
Well, let's take a look around the crime scene and see if there's anything else that stands out.
Can I say
Looks like
Bridget
they've
takes a moment to
arrived.
make everyone put on gloves? She brought enough for everyone. Don't worry, she brought enough for the class.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course.
probably a good idea.
I was gonna ask, do we have a map for this one?
No.
Oh man.
I'm gonna paint a picture with your mind.
Right, work it up. Give
Sorry,
us the
I
flavor.
promise. I've got 2 weeks, or technically 3 weeks before we continue this one, so there will definitely be more maps next time. But
That's not a big deal.
I'm so kind of rushed right now, doing like 15 different maps for different things.
Including mine. Oopsie.
So no, there's no map.
That's fine. All right, give us the flavor. What's this building like?
So it is we'll say it's a 2-story house. As you enter in through the front door, I would like everyone to make me a spot hidden roll. I will tell you all immediately. Get the feeling as soon as you walk through the door that this home is very empty. Like, there's not a lot of pictures on the wall. There's not a lot of pictures anywhere or really plants in the windows or decorations or anything. They seem like very, very plain people.
What's their food situation like? Similar? Or like practically
very,
nothing?
very similar. I mean, their fridge is still. I mean, if you pop their fridge open, it's like there's still stuff in there. This could go bad in a couple of days, but
Sure, but it's like as if they had, because you go shopping at the grocery store and you get some kind of, let's say you get carrots for a meal, right? Well, that bag of carrots has to, you're not gonna use the entire thing for a single meal, right? So you end up like piling up all these different vegetables and other ingredients. So a well-stocked pantry is gonna have a bunch of stuff, whereas so my question is their pantry or fridge very light? Like, is it just
it's
like
a lot of
TV dinners?
Yeah, it's a lot of TV dinners. Okay, so let's go over our spot hidden rolls. As you move into the front, there's like a long hallway with a staircase that leads upstairs, and off to one side there's a living room and the kitchen with a dining room, as well as upstairs. We'll get into what's upstairs, but the crime scene of the parents' murder is upstairs. So, but yeah, looking around the first floor, Garland, since you have the best check, I will tell you that you are the first to notice the trail of blood that leads down from the upstairs out through into the front yard.
Wait,
like
started
they-
upstairs and went outside? Or the
Yeah, it
other way around?
starts upstairs and goes like down the stairs and then flows outside.
Can I like follow that trail and see if there's anything outside of note?
Yeah, it's more like just like dripping blood
Okay.
as it goes outside, and yeah, you can see that it terminates off of the porch into the front yard. This is, I'll say, with your check, you'll know that this is most likely, the dripping blood from the knife or from Jenny after she murdered her parents as she went outside. You do see, Garland, there is a man's footprints in here, boot prints on the ground.
A man's.
You know for a fact that those are, that's your standard issue cop boots. Those are Greg Miller's footprints inside the home.
He said he shot her outside the home when she was coming at him.
That
Well,
is
yes,
that is what she said.
but what's it called? The neighbor did say that he went inside 10 minutes later. Oh, yeah, he went inside 10 minutes later, gunshots. And he says that they shot her outside. And you said that blood trail was like a drip, not a drag, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. It's just a drip, not a drag. She for sure, and I'll say, Lance, you can second that. Yeah, she for sure walked outside of her own volition. There was there's no signs of a scuffle on the first floor or anything, but there is some heavy boot prints, and you do notice the empty slot on the kitchen knife rack for where the knife came from. But yes, otherwise, very plain home. Not a lot to eat. TV dinners, mayonnaise sandwiches.
Mayonnaise sandwiches.
Yeah, I just made some
Jeez.
white people shit up.
In this heat? Oh my god.
Not even like a piece of ham.
Egg salad sandwiches,
I love egg salad sandwiches.
And, yeah, the only thing so there is, in the front room, downstairs, a television, as well as 2 chairs and a small couch. But very peculiarly, the only thing that hangs on the wall in this room is a cross. It's like eerily empty other than that.
I'm still liking my theory that she just wanted to get the fuck out of this place.
Then why would she come back?
Especially when she says she was never coming back.
Well, I don't know if she meant she was never coming back here.
What are
Lance, with your terrific spot hidden, because I'm still trying to figure things to give you out because you guys rolled really good on that. You notice that next to the television is a rack where there's a bunch of VHS tapes, one of which is missing. And your gaze is just kind of stuck on that missing slot for a moment, as you are absolutely certain that for years, stuck here gathering dust, that tape was right there at Jenny Hawthorne's parents' house. And I need you guys all to make me sanity checks.
You just had to see it. Next time I'm just gonna keep a blind eye. But we pass.
But we killed that
The next time I'm
sanity
just
check.
gonna make you guys take sanity. I don't even know why I make you make sanity rolls anymore. I should just say take 4 sanity. Like,
I regret what I said.
You fool, you
but
just
yeah,
doomed
you
us
all
all.
pass. Yeah, you all managed to steal yourself, but it does send that shiver up your spine of just to think, the moment, I assume, Lance, you point this out to everyone. Like, the moment that you point this out, it just sends a shiver up your guys' spine of like, holy fuck, I bet it was right there the entire time.
If the VHS is here, all I can wonder is it possible that the reason that they're living in a way that's so unnatural has to do with them spending time in that strange VHS world as well?
And is
They
that why?
watched it too?
Is that why she came back?
I mean, it was in their VHS rack. I can't imagine they never accidentally popped it in one night, you know?
Is the VHS player there?
There is a VHS player.
Is there a tape in it right now?
Yeah, that's my next
No.
question.
You check it, it doesn't seem anything loaded.
What are the photos like in this place? Are there family photos?
No, I said explicitly there didn't seem to be
Like,
many.
right? There weren't any.
We'll say there's maybe one that's like just a picture, sat on a table somewhere that's of the 3 of them. Jenny, the mom, and the dad.
I just think it's a very dark house, but
Is that photo in black? Is that photo in black and white or in color?
It's in color.
This almost feels like a... What's the term? Like a house a place where agents stay, just a place that's meant to look at a glance like people live there, but a little deeper and you realize that people don't actually live there. Like a safe house, but for like agents who are embedded.
A long stay house?
Maybe? Bridget would know the answer to this. I don't.
Can we
Maybe.
go upstairs?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
check
say,
out the
I'll go
upstairs.
start making it way up there.
Yeah, you make your way upstairs. We'll say there's 3 bedrooms up here, as well as a bathroom. There's like 2 bedrooms and an office-looking room. There's like a master bedroom, and then what was probably Jenny, her bedroom, and then maybe an upstairs office.
An upstairs master bedroom is crazy. Who designed this building?
Does the Jenny's bedroom looks like it's been used recently?
So yeah, we'll say all 3 of the doors are open. You don't need to open any doors or anything. Jenny's room looks relatively untouched. Almost like a time capsule for 1991.
Okay, yeah, that was my question.
Which is
room.
how they would probably keep that if they were concerned and missing their daughter. That happens a lot. Parents in grief, their child's room becomes like a shrine.
Where's
You're super quiet again, by the way.
that's because Andy keeps moving away.
Andy, focus!
Can we look around Shenny's old room and see if there's any indicators of what her life might have been like prior to 10 years ago when she disappeared?
like an extra diary?
Yeah, or even just like indications of like, something not being quite right. Like, what does it look like a normal kid's room, or does it look as sparse as the rest of the house?
Her room looks like the most lived-in place. She's got posters on the wall. Her alarm clock is still there with the time set.
Okay, that's wild. like it's set to go off at the same
No.
time.
Like it's like, but there's still a current time on it. Like it's current.
Oh, okay.
It reads like 2 p.m. in the afternoon or something.
I
And
was,
it
yeah,
is
I was
2
like,
p.m.
that's wild.
Can I look for hidden cameras? Maybe?
In her room?
Like maybe not in her room specifically, but maybe like, I mean, honestly, yeah, like check like, I don't know how advanced tech would be, but if they are potentially if there's something like fishier going on here, maybe they do have access to better tech. So like
Are they,
in
like,
the
teddy bear
light
cams?
fixtures, teddy bear cams, book cams, electrical outlets.
Yeah, sure. Make me a spot hidden roll.
And while she does that, can I look for the old diaries from the 90s?
Sure.
Assuming also spy hidden.
I will say that you don't need to do a real spot hidden to find like diaries and books and stuff because there's only one bookshelf in here.
Ah, that's okay. I'll let you handle Bridget's first, though.
What was our spot hidden for again? I might apologize.
Cameras.
Cameras and surveillance equipment.
Cameras and surveillance equipment. Yeah, top to bottom, no electrical interference, no weird bugs or anything in the walls. It's a very ordinary teenager's bedroom. You can tell she very much liked movies.
VHS movies?
Yeah.
Obviously. It's a joke.
She loved movies. And in fact, with your spot hidden, something that immediately stands out to you. Hanging on her wall, still, is her little, like, name tag from work.
Indicating that perhaps she made it home?
It would make sense since the VHS tape was here. So maybe after the party, she ran home, did something, and then left. And that's why the parents had the VHS tape and also her name tag. So then, yeah. So 1 diary, 2 backpack from 1991.
Do we remember when she was last reported seen when she went missing? Or I thought last week you said it was that we were the last people who saw her. It was implied.
Reportedly, you were the last people who saw her.
Reportedly. So the parents could be hiding something, especially if they watched the tape, which it seems maybe they did.
What if they returned, or what if when she came home they were watching it? If it was in their collection, like it seems like
Multiple
it was,
copies.
you know, could be a multiple copy situation.
Though that was the first time she heard of it, and it being a movie buff as she is, she would have seen it before. But she had got it from her boss, from the European Film Club, watched it at work with presumably James, who was missing, and then went to come to Greg Miller's house.
I
So what
want
do her
everyone
parents-
to make me a listen roll.
Ooh.
Oh, cops are outside.
You are the cops.
I know.
Yeah, we're the ones that get to be here this time.
We're no more B&E. We've upgraded, baby. Let's go.
Asha, Patrick, and Lance.
Okay, as long as somebody...
Downstairs, you hear very distinctly the hum of television static.
Oh,
Fuck you.
No.
What are you freaking out about?
Is there any way...
Those of you who passed your listen check, take 2 sanity. Just take it.
She says with a grin that you can hear.
Just take it. Just
Yep.
take the points. You know, you don't even get the fucking roll anymore. You guys roll too good.
Drink it. I'll take it.
Is
Try
there
to
any
put-
way that Asha could take a second standing upstairs, but like in the vicinity of where she can see the 3-room doors? She's trying to, I guess, sense anything that I don't want to say feel. Well, I guess maybe like a malicious intent anywhere with like a cult, anything weird
make
going
me
on
a
besides
cult roll.
the TV. Besides the fucking TV.
Also, I have a question while she rolls that. The dead. Oh,
Woo! God.
Ow.
Ouch. That hurt.
Danger.
Ooh.
You are in grave danger, Asha.
Okay. And she, oof, outside, outside seems better.
But we're not done. We're not investigating.
No, I think Asha's right. I think we should go. Did you guys not hear that?
Asha loves
Did you
you
not
all.
hear?
She's leaving. she's
What?
she's starting to go out.
Do you
She's
guys
starting
not
to
hear
walk
that?
down and out.
Come on, like Patrick, you hear it, right? You hear it?
I do hear it. I don't know if I want to go check it out. I think I'm fine right here, where we are right now.
No, I think we should get the. All right, focus up, team. We go like tactically. We go down the stairs. We go straight out the door. We avoid the living room at all costs.
The living room
Asha-
that's in the front of the house on the way to the exit. That living room.
Okay, what? All right, good point. Why don't we see if we can? Is there a roof that we could go out? Like maybe from a upstairs window that we could go out onto like a ledge and then make our way down?
Not
Bypassing-
particularly. I mean, there's second-story windows, but there's second-story windows. If you
Yeah.
want to explore further, you could check out the master bedroom or into the office. But in this center kind of area where you are, there's not really a good way to climb out a window.
He's gonna make a really quick, like, immediate circuit, looking for like possible egresses that take them not past the downstairs, like, living room. Like that, like his whole focus is finding an egress that he can get everybody out safely without having to go downstairs again.
If you you can imagine if you hard left right at the bottom of the stairs before you get to where the entrance to the living room is, you could like cut back through the kitchen and maybe bust out the back door. But you haven't tried to see if the back door is unlocked or not yet.
That's okay.
Oh, they
He's
say
going to
lock from
bust the
inside.
back door down at this point. All right. And so he basically will tell that to everybody, this is the route that we're gonna go, and we're gonna try and go as quickly and safely as possible and stick together, and nobody stray into the living room.
Well, hold on. I'm not done checking upstairs. I would like to check
What's going on?
master bedroom where all
Have
the
you pointed
blood-
out what you're hearing? Have you told us you're hearing static yet?
There's static, guys. It's static. It is the static that we heard before we were sucked into a goddamn videotape.
And yeah, as
Okay.
the other two of you kind of listen in downstairs, you can definitely hear that there's television static. And as you all kind of look and peer down the stairs, you can see that the source of this is from the TV in the living room.
I mean, do we know that keeping out of eye shot would even help? I guess no one else from the party 10 years ago that we know of got sucked into the video, but I don't know what the range of that thing is, or are we sure that's how to avoid it?
I mean, that's why I was trying to think of places that we could get out through the upstairs. Because we were in the basement, there was at least a level of differentiation between us and the parents on the upstairs. So theoretically, there might be a level of gradation that keeps us safe from the radius of this anomaly. Which is why I was it might be worth it. I'm just saying, I'd risk a broken leg for not getting sucked into a videotape again. I don't know about you guys.
Good point.
But while we're up here, we're not going to get a chance. If it's going to act as weird every time, we should be looking either way. I just want to... Let me check the parents' bedroom. Is there an office?
I'm with Bridget.
There is an office and a parent's bedroom left, yeah.
I want to check the office. Okay, let's split up. Let's split into groups of not just,
One.
Yeah. No single people going anywhere.
I will
Grab the
check.
possible diary already from before she disappeared.
Like her old diary? Yeah, sure. There's a couple of them.
Alright, so he's just gonna throw those into like a backpack.
Sounds
Got
good. There is also still more to explore in her current diary.
Oh, if we're not done yet, we're not done yet. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we do that when we are at a safe distance from the anomaly?
Yeah, I figured. That's why we kind of, we're in the middle of doing things and then started doing other things. But yeah, you can continue to explore her diary. But yes, who wants to go first? Moving into the murder scene or the office?
I'll take it.
Bridget probably would be better for the office.
If everybody's insisting on this, Lance will go check out the murder scene.
Yeah, Garland will too.
Okay. In the main bedroom, the white carpet that's in here is absolutely soaked in blood, as is the rather plain tan bedspread that they have with some, floral pillows, but nothing too out of the ordinary. This is certainly the most lived-in part of the house, it seems. There's a lot of, these people's clothing. There's some jewelry still left. But by all means, still very plain. Again, the only real thing that decorates the walls in this room is a large cross.
These people seem very religious.
Do they? I mean, I'm not in there, but... Because I think you said you went to the bedroom, right?
Yeah, this place is basically covered in blood. The top of the bed is covered in blood, as well as the floor. And then there's a pretty large trail that goes out towards the hallway that you came in from.
And can you do a quick spot hidden to kind of get
Sure.
a sense if there's anything that your investigators might have missed?
Yeah, why not?
Like look under the bed, maybe. Wow, crazy. Right on the money.
Technically still a pass. Only technically.
Best kind of success.
Lance, there is a like a little safe lockbox in the closet in this room.
Is it a
Where
mechanical
one would
or?
where one would keep their paperwork or valuables.
Garland, you're pretty good at breaking locks back in the day. You think you could get this thing open?
I give it a try.
Is it a mechanical or electrical one?
That's a good question.
Keypad or dial?
It's a mechanical one.
Okay.
Something for Garland to do.
You want to push it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll push it.
Let's
Oh!
go!
Whoa!
Oh my god, that's your second one.
Fucking business as usual.
All of the locks in the house just spontaneously unlock.
Locks? What are locks?
Yeah. Locks have been erased from existence. Just
All that's left is
Okay.
unlocks.
Inside, you find a couple of things. Their marriage certificate, the deed to this house, Jenny's birth certificate's in here, all 3 of their social security cards, all of that good information. As well as a significant amount of golden jewelry and a 9mm handgun. As well as a key with the number 113 on it.
He picks
Looking
up
at
the key. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought only me and Garland were in here.
I was in there too.
There is
Oh, okay.
also numerous pieces of photo clippings and things, tons of pictures of their daughter in here.
From beyond
From before.
the age of...
No, just from before. Just tons of... It seems like every family photo or anything that may have been on the walls is now in this safe.
So, like, they just couldn't bear to look at the pictures after she disappeared.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
So this key, because I am in the room,
Yeah.
this key, does it look like a key to like a storage unit kind of key, or does it look like a house key? Shape of the key, the brand of the key, give me the deets.
I'll say that since you are all from this town, you guys know that this is a key to a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
At the local bank.
Yeah, Garland, would you be able to get over to the bank and show some credentials and get a look into that safety deposit box?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Because there will be some more information there. They've got a lot of gold for family that lives so sparsely at this point.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a thing for the people of that era to collect gold, right? Am I making that up, or is that a real thing?
Boomers do love their gold.
Boomers love gold. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to use that
Some
term,
do
but
anyway.
yes, boomer loves.
Nah, something about boomers and burying gold.
Yeah.
They're all
that's fine.
pirates. We cracked the code. They're pirates or ancient dragons.
Yar.
Mm-hmm.
They're also like gold bonds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, what else is in here? Yeah, all of that information. I'll say probably their checkbook is in here too. Like,
Can he just kind of pull out of his backpack some like evidence bags and just kind of put the personal documents and things in there to add to like the file when they get back?
sure, yeah. Diligent work.
Alright, well, this key definitely sounds like it could be something further, but I still say we should probably get out of here before that static gets any worse. Let's see how catch up with the girls from...
And in the office.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty plain desk. Made of wood. One of those like roll top desks. It's not locked though. One moment. Yeah, one of those roll top desks with a big, green chair behind it. There's several filing cabinets with some personal paperwork. And this is the only room in the house that actually has art on the wall. As on the wall in here is a large painting of Jesus Christ.
I was gonna ask the religious aspect. Is there indications in the rest of the house that are consistent? Are there Bibles? Are there
Yeah, for sure. Clearly very religious people.
Maybe they were asking God to bring their girl home. Did Asha come in the closet or the office, or is she like standing in the hallway?
She's freaking out in the hallway. No,
Okay.
she's fucking nothing.
Yeah, then if you're standing right there, then I'll say you have a clear line of sight to, people in the other room and people and her in the office. It's not a huge house.
Yeah. I feel like my girl would be looking for... I'm so sorry, I just burped because I had a sip of Cherry Coke Zero. She's looking for hidden things, because for a house to be this plain and have people living in it, it's no secret that she is suspicious. She's looking for hidden, like, false drawers. She wants to get into that roll top desk. If it's locked, she will force it.
You can open it.
Okay.
Make me a spot hidden roll.
I'm gonna push that.
Yeah,
Much better.
continuing with the religious themes, just to hammer it home, one of the things that you find on his desk is those little envelopes that you would send to your church if you can't make it to like a church thing, but you still want to tithe. You would put like $20 in an envelope and then like drop it off at the church.
Okay.
So that's something that catches you off guard. Is like if they're super religious, why wouldn't they just be going to church?
Does it indicate what the event was?
It's just like a tithing donation.
Like your Sunday like mass,
Like your
like the one that
Sunday-
goes
Just a
around the
Sunday
plate.
mass. And is it for the
It's
previous?
for the local
Sunday?
Presbyterian church.
There's no like date on it though.
One of them is dated for this month.
So I knew they were gonna miss.
There's a $100 bill in it.
She'll grab it because it's worth grabbing everything for evidence. But are there any? Is there any correspondence? Anything that mentions static memories? Anyone that they've been communicating with that seems to know something about what's going on? Like, have they been looking into it?
All of the texts that you see on the like all the paperwork and stuff is all penned by the guy, the man, the husband, who
Marcus.
he seems to write a lot about grief, the concept of grief, just processing grief, the stages of grief,
And no suspicious drawers.
which are all outlined here in case you don't know the stages of grief.
Is there any indication of any like drawers with false bottoms? Anything taped to the underside of the desk?
No, but you do find a bottle of whiskey.
How used up is it?
It's pretty well drank.
That stages of grief thing is so creepy, considering that we had posited that the video was about the stages of grief.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even make that connection. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that makes me like more nervous that they watched the tape.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the room in terms of like paper storage?
There's some like filing cabinets.
She'd rifle through them.
It's mostly just personal documentation, like check balance books and stuff.
Okay. Seems like there's not much.
You
in
get the
here, but-
sense that this guy maybe even worked for the church at one point.
Okay. What is the local church about? Is it
They're
just normal?
Presbyterians, so they're all about Presbyterian things. I don't want to
They've
talk
never
about
been,
religion
like-
for 15 minutes, but
No, of course not. It was mainly, did they ever give anything suspicious? Like, growing up here, did I ever get the
growing up
creeps from them?
not more than any other church anywhere.
Fair.
So loads,
Okay.
tons, lots.
Okay. I guess that's it. She's gonna go out and immediately try to comfort Asha and say, we're gonna get out of here. We will not look at that goddamn television, I promise.
Alright, you ladies ready to go? You see Lance walking out, and he's got like a very like focused and like concerned look on his face now that they did their sweep of the master bedroom.
Yeah.
We should get out of here before the anomaly kicks off. We don't want to be caught in that again. I think we all know how bad that was the first time.
I'm not saying I want to do this. Is there an attic?
Or a basement.
There's an attic. This house doesn't have a basement, though. You see a little hatch.
While you figure out a way out, could I peek up in the attic real quick? Is that like something easy to do?
It's probably more one of those ones where you pull the thing and like the ladder comes down.
She's gonna do that real quick.
All
Take a
right,
peek with a flashlight.
Making just an initial look. Make me a spot hidden.
And before, that's where all the secrets were.
No.
There's like chains up there where they kept their daughter chained up or something.
Oh my god.
There's lots of old dusty boxes, but unless you went to actually like go through them, you don't see much more than surprisingly a lot of empty liquor bottles.
That's interesting.
Could I just go grab like a box and bring it with us?
Just
Let's do a real quick once over and see if there's anything dated, like something that I might think could be related or like labeled.
You find Christmas supplies. You find like I don't know what else would be up here.
If there's nothing of interest, there's nothing of
Clothing,
interest. We will go.
I didn't think of anything to put in the attic.
I think
That
the
is-
interesting thing was just that there's so many liquor bottles. This guy's clearly a functional alcoholic.
This
That's kind of
guy's-
his wife.
An alcoholic, yeah.
Let's go. We're
Alright,
wrapping it
so
up.
Some old records,
we're gonna-
maybe, that type of deal.
We're gonna stay close together. We're gonna head down these. Well, we got two choices here. We can go out one of these windows from the second story. Much more dangerous. Might require us to be real careful and be real trusting of one another. But it might be safer to stay away from the anomaly based on our understanding of the range of this anomaly thus far. Our other choice is to go down the stairs and try to avoid looking into the living room and make a sharp beeline for the kitchen, and then I can try and bust out that back door, or locksmith ways over here can try and unlock it if it really need be. But either way, those are the two options of egress that I've been able to ascertain going forward. What are you guys thinking?
I'll follow wherever you go, Lance.
Aww. How far from the... How hard would it be to not look in the television? Like, if we go down the stairs, is it facing? Like, can we see it from the stairs?
There's like I said, if you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's maybe a moment where you can like take a hard turn and not have to look at it, but
Covers
feel-
eyes.
Were there any lattice works or anything on the outside of the house?
as we discussed, not from the second floor, no.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that part. I had a
make
barbecue
a
light on fire in the middle, so I missed a couple things.
make a rope out of curtains and bed sheets and descend from
That
the
you
window.
could do.
At that suggestion from Patrick, Lance immediately goes to. Is there like a hall closet that would have like extra sheets and stuff somewhere?
Probably, yeah.
Immediately, like.
You guys are so
after-
shook by the TV getting turned on. That's so hilarious.
I mean, listen, can
Are
you
you
blame
telling
us?
us? Are you telling us there's nothing
No,
there if we
I'm
walk?
living for it right now. It's so funny.
You know what? I'm
You
gonna
guys
go
are
walk
trying
in front of the TV.
Anything
just
but
Oh,
just
no.
walking
nonchalant.
downstairs and turning the TV off.
No. We already learned the last time you can't just turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Like, we've been here before.
Fool me once, you know?
Alright, so Lance immediately, like, rushes to, like, what he ascertains is a hall closet, starts pulling out sheets, and just,
Oh, you cut off.
And she's gone.
sorry, I let go of the thing, because forgetting that I had to keep pressing the button.
I can already tell. Just sorry to interrupt. I can already tell you very much. You see let go. It's probably exactly what happened.
Yes, I was talking with my hands, and then I like, because I get very animated.
All right, so we make a sheet rope, and we all climb out the second story window.
Yep.
Ew.
Sounds good. Do we lock the front door back up before we leave, or do we just...
As long as we can't see into the living room.
I think that Lance would be like cautioning everyone to like not even go close to it.
We need to preserve the crime scene.
Also, I just want to make it clear, there is now an open second story window with a sheet rope coming out of it that goes down to the first floor.
Like a cartoon.
Like a cartoon.
I mean,
Is that
you can't
a
exactly
problem?
close the window after yourself. No, it's fine. I just want to make that known.
I mean, Lance would try and like pull the rope off of whatever he like had it.
He gonna
attached.
do like a standing hang or like a hanging drop, you know?
It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings when he like pulls the rope and it untwines. And
Why do you make me like what is it? Athletic?
Do we have athletics?
Yeah, no. It's called.
I have like dexterity.
I want there to be athletics every time. Yeah, just roll me dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say you managed to close the window.
Wow, Captain America, look at you.
Wait, when did we start calling me Captain America?
I've said that a couple times. She'd kind of, but she wouldn't say that. She would kind of shoot Asha a look like, oops.
I appreciate the compliment, ma'am. And he like does the little like fake tipping of his hat again. We should probably get out of here before that anomaly pops off.
Yeah.
All of us here have previous experience, so we don't know what that might do to the instability of this particular anomaly. Like we might be more vulnerable to it than some others might be, since we've directly had experience with it previously.
Okay.
Right.
But you do lock back up the front door?
As long as we can't see inside to the TV from going up to do that.
I mean, you can see the glow of the TV static through the window.
But we can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Maybe
Just lock
not.
it back
The
up
police
and
tape will hopefully
get out.
keep people out.
Oh my god.
Lance is like, no, we shouldn't go anywhere near the house. Like,
I parked there.
I meant like the door or that. Like, stay as far away from.
Yeah.
As you guys make your way back into the front yard, Miss Johnson comes around with a plate of, a nice platter of lemonade. And looking at you all, having climbed down from the second story window, she says, "Everything all right now? Y'all got me worried. Seen yous climbing down from the window."
Yeah,
It's not,
like,
it's not
don't go inside.
structurally. Yeah, it's not structurally sound.
I thought I saw some smoke from the first floor, but it turns out it was nothing.
Yeah, we were just taking precautions, ma'am. I'd be careful not to go in there, and any nosy neighbors, I would advise, keep them at arm's length as well. Tell them that, it's not a safe structure as it is. We've gotta see about it getting potentially condemned by the city.
Deputy Gripple, who's your friends?
Oh, they're all just associates. They had to call in some experts.
Lance reaches out his hand and gives her a very all-American handshake. Well, ma'am, I am
Strong handshake.
Hurst. I'm Lance Hurst. I'm a captain in the U.S. Army, and I've also been called in as a special agent. Well, I was a captain in the U.S. Army,
Oh,
but now
Hurst,
now
I think I know your pa.
You probably do. My family still live around here. My dad is still kicking
I
it.
seen your
kicking
mom
around.
at bingo night.
Oh,
She's still as beautiful as ever. But yeah, I'm an agent now, so we were called in to help investigate
Oh,
the
for
crime
the
that I
government. And she does the little lock and key on her mouth type thing. Throws it away.
Yes, ma'am. We just want to make sure that things are on the up and up with everything that went down. You know, it's a real tragedy, especially in a town like Enlow. You know, that kind of thing is not supposed to happen in these quiet neighborhoods. That's why people move out to the safe,
It's not
countryside.
another Red Scare, is it?
Oh no, ma'am. We don't think the Russians are involved in this.
no, we're investigating an officer-involved shooting, and because
Because I heard that the Kennedys are involved with and she spouts off some weird conspiracy theory.
Thank you.
They all exchange eye contact.
You ever hear about that? That's why they had to take out JFK.
Well, you know, if
Terrible
you
tragedy.
just if you line your windows with tinfoil, you'd be surprised how much bad stuff can get kept out of your business, you know? So I'd look into doing that and you'll be fine.
I did have one question I forgot, Miss Johnson. When you heard the gunshot, did it sound like it was coming from inside the house or outside?
Well, certainly outside, I do believe. I heard 5 or 6.
In quick succession?
One after the other.
Yeah. Okay, that checks out.
Maybe a slight pause for the last one.
Interesting.
We appreciate
Yeah.
your talking. I know this must be a very dramatic.
Ain't nothing interesting going on around here, and why I brought you 2 damn plates of lemonade. She kind of offers it up to you again. Make sure everyone gets some lemonade.
I would happily take some lemonade. Thank you, ma'am.
Secretly, it's poisoned.
And you all died. GG.
Yeah, we all died. Mm-hmm.
Everyone dies.
He is a real
Didn't know better
cultist.
than to trust the old lady with lemonade.
No, lemonade sounds good.
Fell for the old lady lemonade trick. Alrighty, my lovelies. Well, this is as good as a place as ever to go ahead and end our session for the night. I will go ahead in full disclosure. You guys are a little bit right about the whole stages of grief thing. We're still in part 2 of our story. This story will take as long as it takes us to get through all the parts of our story. So,
a year later, Trinket exhausted.
However, we are not meeting until the 7th to continue this. We will not be back until Monday, July 7th. Because next week is my birthday event.
Yippee! Happy birthday!
So next week I'm doing a 5th edition. It's like Fantasy Iron Chef, basically.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I still need to make a character.
So you guys are welcome to participate in that. We're just doing it on Monday because it's my birthday, and I don't want to plan another session that week. So unfortunately, we will be taking a break from this story, which is gonna suck because we're at a really good point. So
I know. I want to see what's in that damn fucking deposit box.
Safety deposit box. Yeah, we'll figure out in fucking 3 weeks.
Right, that if we had gone past the TV, we would have been sucked into the abyss.
Maybe, you'll never know.
Oh no!
Oh.
And the week after, the 30th, Ren cannot be with us, so we won't continue this story. Because I want everybody to be present for this story, obviously. It's such an intimate story about all our characters, it couldn't function without all 5 of you. So on the 30th, Vlad and I will be hosting a Monday Night Mythos one shot.
Ooh.
Which you can explain the details of if you like.
Sure. I don't